Uh-oh. Oh my god! There's no way! What an amazing series. I think game one's looking really strong for T1 here. This is a very tough one for DRX to get out of. If you want my NEACE, you know, analysis comp brain, if both teams play properly, I really don't understand. I do not understand how DRX wins this game. This is a tough one. Because basically every time that you go to dive in, right, you've got Peel out the ass, right? You got Azir wall, you've got Renata ult, you've got Varus self peel, you got Lee Sin peel, you've got Yone just doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, the counter engage with Yone, right? This is pretty tough. This is pretty tough. So if you're rooting for DRX here, I'm trying to be as like impartial as I can be, because I obviously want T1 to win for the storyline, but like when I look at this comp, I am very, very scared for DRX here in game one. I just don't. I think if the game drags and there's not any substantial tomfoolery going on, this is going to be very, very tricky for DRX to ever execute on their win con, which is just diving like a motherfucker. All right. I'm going to try to get this timer going.
Here we go then, on to Summoner's Rift for game one of the World's It's been 3,000.
I'm trying to time this out. I need like a timer that I can control or something. All right, we're at 41 seconds. 43, 44, 45. Is there a way that I can like control a timer?
The players are locked and loaded, and T1 and
52. I need a timer.
What an epic finals here. Everyone waiting.
We're at 1 minute here.
Of their seats for the greatest organization in the history of League of Legends, T1 and Faker versus DRX, the greatest underdog run in Worlds history.
Play-ins to Worlds Finals. They've just been scaling throughout the entire tournament. Def taking down so many of his former teammates. DRX
122.
Teams like EDG.
Just match with the 2 minutes. Start at 2 minutes. Start your timer at 2 minutes. Got it. Okay. Okay. I can do that.
The pink plays by Piosik goes for the normal health bot. Just gives a little bit of vision to Zeka to make sure he's safe in the early stages.
And definitely looking at junglers both starting bottom sides because the top lane.
Okay.
Is so
I'm gonna click OK at 2 minutes. Or start the timer at 2 minutes. Like I said, I'm still new to this.
And we want to see if Piosik or Owner will get there first to influence it. This can really snowball and damage the minion wave control afterwards.
All right, Piosik gonna go ahead, clear out that Gromp second. Just go ahead, make sure he's maximizing that XP. Just want to continue pathing towards that top side. I would believe Faker versus Zeka. There's going to be a lot of conversations about this matchup throughout the entirety of the series.
And then I put a note or something. And like 2 minute delay.
Meanwhile, bottom side, it's DRX taking early command of the wave. Definitely is. And of course, T1 is 8-0 against DRX this year. DRX haven't even taken a
Okay, hold on. I'll put a sticky note down.
Time in those games. T1 have had responses to what DRX have blind picked. You know, you think back
or like a note.
Round one, they played Tryndamere into 40, Vex into Ahri, Veigar into Ryze. So many examples, but Piosik is now looking around mid. He's done his 3 bot side camps looking for Faker. Doesn't have the E, might have to flash the stun. Piosik coming in with Spectral Maw.
Faker out.
Flash from that, and as we have a little bit of early action here, remember the Prime Gaming is giving away 150,000 RP to several lucky fans every single day of this competition, and we're almost done. So head on over to PrimeGamingWorlds22.com to enter and make sure you put in today's secret code to get those entries.
I love this early pass from Piosik because it doesn't.
All right, now I can focus on the game. All right.
It's a very valuable summoner spell as well as Owner.
Okay, Azir has to flash right away.
Really good manipulation.
Lee Sin peeking in the invade. And Yone has prio into Aatrox here. And Lee Sin's jumping right over to the columns. A nice little golem dance happening here. A battle for the golems. Lee Sin gets the smite. A good little dance for golems.
he can back up his jungler so Owner can stick around. And
Now this
secure
counter
the
pick here into Aatrox,
It was Pyosik who used
very,
it.
very, very
Owner
spooky
got
for
it with the
Aatrox
reverse
early
so
on.
Owner now has smite advantage for
Has a lot of control versus Aatrox. Doesn't have to get into the cycle of Qs.
perfect.
Pyosik has to
Pyosik
delay
doesn't
for a
know.
smite.
He's scared of Owner, and he will spot him out on the way. He's going to try to reset it again. You have to imagine no push.
Now Owner is not letting go.
The bush. Well, actually, looks like he'll be able to finish it out of vision.
Oh,
Nicely done.
well
Right
played.
back in on the other side of the red to prevent any further
Hiding the red buff into the
doesn't have to
bush.
smite it anymore. They see Owner on top of the ward. They know he's no longer contesting this, but he is still looking into the enemy jungle. Pyosik just
Owner is confused here because Owner couldn't believe that he got the fucking red into the bush.
Not the end of the world. Did pick up a couple of them and managed to get his red. Now he's going to move down towards his box crab. Second respawn's coming in. Still pressure a lot here for Faker in mid. Zeka has the TP if he needs it. Pyosik has flashed to gap close onto Faker. Faker might have to be careful in these next couple of minutes.
Yeah, Faker does have a window here where he can be ganked.
Silas, he's playing nice and safe. We'll see if Pyosik can find an angle.
Ooh,
here.
tough.
Faker's still pretty far forward. Flash! Spectral ball!
Really good catch on the Faker.
Blood over to Zeka.
Zeka, the star here, funneled again. Pyosik, multiple ganks, returns before the flash gets back up.
Very
As
good
you
pick.
said, instantly flashes in there for the stun. They get their kill, and they get the money exactly where they want it. This Silas skills so well and can have some kill pressure.
This is going to be a huge problem for T1 in the mid game. Zeus forced to flash away. These solo lanes going in favor of
Yeah, right now, this is what I'm talking about. The tomfoolery that I was saying that will really hurt. That'll really hurt this composition.
And I love their
You can't be dying early. You can't be. Ooh, Deft, what's happening, buddy?
We might not have the time for any stories because Death is about to drop it.
Deft has to flash and heal. This is really bad news.
Still chasing after. Owner wants to land this. There's a little bit
Oh, there's the kill on the Deft. Deft getting caught. Uncharacteristically getting caught. Faker
stolen ulti. He'll
getting
show
ulted
it
into.
back, but Owner's on the way, so Zeka can't do any more.
beautiful play there from Owner and
Very, very hype.
on bottom side. And
Deft, I feel so bad for the guy.
they get
Gets picked
supremacy
off.
over the river, knowing that Zeka cannot chase Faker any further into it. What an explosive start.
Beryl just going to help Zeka get a little bit of vision around mid there. Did get the first base off as Keria was looking for Deft. A lot of summoners blown across the board.
Now Faker does go down in mid, but he's certainly not he's not screwed or anything here. The wave wasn't in a terrible spot to where he couldn't recover.
Because remember, he was level 5 when Zeka engaged on him with a stolen ulti. Let's now
What the
take
hell
a look
happened
at
here to
at
Deft?
bottom. Keria,
Oh.
nicely done there, using E to pop the shield before the handshake. Gets the shield off and then pulls Deft back in. Wanted to make sure the wave crashed there. Deft and Keria stopped him in his tracks. His former teammate almost managed to find the solo kill. And Owner right behind Keria, make sure he's there to back him up. E-flash comes in. Double flash
I'm
expected.
surprised that Owner doesn't look for a Q first before flashing. That was very strange to me.
This support prodigy from rank 1 actually started with Deft on DRX as well.
And now the Dragon Force here. I do not believe that T1 has the capability to contest, and it's in their best interest to only really contest later dragons. What? Gumayushi just steals fucking drag, dude. Oh my god.
Pyosik doesn't even use the smite. All this bot pressure for DRX, and then Pyosik coming down, having the
That is like, that is fucking tragic.
Reminds you of how T1 got here to finals. It was bottom difference.
Oh.
My goodness. Keria takes down Deft, then immediately afterwards,
Fuck
he was
that.
able to snipe away the objective as well. This T1 bottom lane is the T1 bottom lane that was promised originally. Best in the world.
Right, these guys stumbled at MSI after an
I just can't believe that. I can't believe he gets that there. Wild.
In summer, it's been about recovery, and when I look back at their semifinal, they played.
Owner's trying to get around the wards, but unfortunately he's spotted by I think he's spotted. Well, yeah, I think the scuttle does get vision regardless, but the Heimerdinger turret's funny as fuck where it's placed. And DRX has to kind of just go for the rift here.
Top push in favor of DRX. Zeus no flash. Zeka is ready to move across. Beryl is on his way up.
T1 is considering contesting this. I don't think it's necessary. But T1 feels like poking at it. They don't have to. They don't have to go for this. Who gets it? Oh, DRX gets it. Faker, huge ult. Zeus.
Zeka tries to get the kill, but he won't be able to secure it. Zeus charges forward.
They can't pick up the rift.
Another kill just yet. It is T1.
This is not good. This is not good for DRX. They started off with the kill to Silas, but it's already going. This is not looking good.
95 health left on
Deft getting caught on bot lane, the drag getting stolen. They can't pick up the rift. This is tragic. This is tragic momentum right here from the game one. Tragic. Very tough game to recover from. Like I said, the scaling is definitely in favor of T1. The compositionally, I think they're just gapped. It's a good smite. It's a really good smite from Piosik, but they're not able to pick it up. You can't even pick up the... You can get the local gold, but you can't even pick up the rift. You can't even create anything on map. It's going to be real tough, man.
Early on in game one, it bodes very well for the series. T1 up about 700 gold now, just shy of 10 minutes into the game. They've got a 1-kill lead. They've got that stolen Drake, but we're probably not going to see any more big fights for another 2 minutes until the next Drake spawns. Total gold on the left side of your screen. It's Zeka and Gumayushi.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. This is, like I said, this is bad. This is real bad. Bad open. Compositionally, I don't think it's very even. Because you've basically got to end, if you're DRX here, you have to end fights, like, they have to be snappy ends. Snappy ends, really big misplays. Right? Because Renata's going to counter every single engage that you do. Every single engage you're going to go for, if you don't quickly put it away, Renata's going to hard counter that engage, and your comp is fucked. Right? Even killing people is really tough versus Renata without her ult. Right? You're not able to kind of like pick and choose your spots with this comp. It's either we go in and we shit on you, or we're fucked. Is how I view DRX comp. Like Sivir's gonna smash R, Silas is just gonna fucking slam in, Aatrox is gonna slam in. Everybody is just gonna put pedal to the metal and just go. Right? So the fight, DRX has to just smooth wipe over and over again in order to really have a shot, I think.
You can see the timing for Owner. He doesn't want to waste any further seconds on top side because Dragon is respawning. So
now if you're rooting against T1, what you're hoping for is you're hoping that people just get popped, right? You've got Azir, you've got Varus, you've got Yone. All these champions can be just popped. Right? They can be popped very quickly. If you're not paying attention, you get caught off guard, hard engage comes through.
Alrighty, we've still got the stolen Azir ultimate on Zeka as
Alright, we got Dragon spawning. If T1 is able to contest a rift already, they're feeling really good about taking on a drag.
Is going to be very heavily felt once we get into more of these big team fights, and it's T1 with control over the river as the Drake spawn.
Another big thing with T1 getting control of that river like you're talking about is the Renata ults that can come from Keria. He can cut off these entrances with the wide crowd control that is afforded to him. Let's see about it though.
DRX is trying to contest. Okay.
Forcing T1 back a little bit. Zeka's here on the flank.
Big smite from Owner. Owner flash over the pit. Bad news again. DRX just losing out on the objective fight.
But that is 2 Drakes to nothing now for T1.
Ocean Soul for T1 as well if they look forwards to the next couple of Dragons. DRX very late to this play. They managed to find an avenue in. It did turn into a little bit of a 50-50, but T1 had really good positioning and setup in terms of vision before they had arrived. Still a little bit of pressure on this bot side as Zeka is the one catching bot wave, and Deft has moved towards mid.
Yeah, Piosik coming down the river too. I love both these junglers, the confidence. Even after the 95 health left on Rift Herald, Owner says, don't worry, I got this.
All right, Piosik getting the flash from the Renata.
Doesn't follow through the ult, a little bit scared of Owner. And if you watch DRX versus T1 the majority of this year, it's just been a slow bleed out for DRX. T1 had better macro in the regular season, they had more pushing lanes, they had more options to play for, and it was just a slow and steady loss every single time for DRX, barring the last time that they faced each other in round 2 of Summer, where DRX actually had a pretty good gold lead and a massive kill lead, but it was T1's macro that brought them back into this, and it's DRX's macro that has improved so much in this international tournament.
And talking about macro, that's the other thing that really stood out for me about T1 in their semifinal last weekend. It was the bot tiff, and it was the
It's only a 1K gold lead, but the Dragons, right? And the fact that T1's able to, they're going to be able to contest this rift too.
Yeah, I think T1 are one of the best in the world. In fact, probably the best in the world now at pushing these leads. When you get this gold lead, to be able to set up on the next objective, Owner comes top again, Zeus goes in, gets his turret plate, and Rift Herald #2 about to arrive.
But remember, Rift Herald #1, despite the fact that there was a fight over this and a lot of players were there, the eyeball was
Where's the rift? Okay, rift spawning in 20. So we got rift spawning in 20. And DRX really has to get one of these dubs here. Like I said, I do not like where this game is going for DRX. I didn't like the draft. I don't like the comp. And I don't like the results of these objective fights. Because I feel like DRX should have had the edge in these early fights, I think. Based on comps, right? Without scaling up yet. Azir's pretty exploitable. But even Yone's pretty exploitable, right? If they don't hit huge damage, there's not a lot of value. Now T1 is going for this rift. Yeah, DRX is too late, and they already snagged this. This is rough.
Going to these neutral objectives, continually posing this question to DRX, and they get this one without a fight.
The gold lead continues to build. 1,500 now. 15 minutes into the game for the second seed from the LCK. As Faker gets away from the Everfrost there of Zeka, the extra play.
Faker is not
the fact that Faker does have Crown of the Shattered Dream, going to make it harder to kill him when they go in, and especially
Faker's right on this Silas's ass right now. It's a counter pick, man. Both solos are counter picked.
And T1 showing why a lot of people had them favorites in this matchup here. The lane phase very oppressive from them, and being able to consistently push the tempo.
Owner still hovering around this top side. Doesn't look like they're giving much resources to Faker. He has TP and they want to look for a play through top. Kingen seems to be the target for them. Owner is actually going to base and move towards mid, you have to expect. So very stock standard swap of lane phases here. Just moving around.
This counter into Aatrox is brutal.
No neutral objective just yet.
Well, the big thing I'm looking at is we have solo laners hitting their level 11, second level ultimate power spikes here.
Have I played against Faker in solo queue? No, probably next year though.
Starting to get high. So I'm expecting to see more of these plays. I'm expecting to see more of these roams. I'm expecting to start seeing some dives.
Probably next year. It's very possible.
Testing the water to see if they can just skill check their opponents.
And T1 are the ones who can pull the trigger first. They have that Herald. They probably want to put it towards mid or top. I mean, every single tower is incredibly low. They're having push in all of these 3 lanes, which just allows them to control this map so
I
well.
think
DRX grouping up now, trying to find an
we've got another dragon spawning.
Maybe they can look for a pick.
And if T1 keeps the momentum up, this game is in the bag. To use Dota terms, in the bag. Really good Q check by Owner, very smart. Finds the pick. Lots of bush dancing going on. This is some of the highest skill shit at this level, in my opinion. Every time I watch these events, watch the really tip top play, I'm always impressed at the mind games of vision going on. You have so many opportunities to lose so much health when you're just transitioning to an objective. It's so easy to just get chunked out before a fight, and then your fight's over. And every single person has to meticulously move around the map without just getting blopped. All right, well, neither team's starting drag cold. And T1 now has the option, if they want, they can give a drag even if they want to just take map, right? Now here's the rift.
And it's mid lane tier 1 dropping. T1 claiming it.
They pick up the tower, they get the wave in, but it doesn't give them an avenue into this dragon because King and TP bot and Zeus needs to respond. It's going to be a dance around vision here as Faker is the first one to step up. Owner's going towards mid wave. Kingen will find the bot lane of T1.
There's the pick. This is what I'm talking about, these fucking bushes. The counter from Renata, the ult.
For Zeka, a 1-for-1 that should favor T1.
That was a fantastic setup for DRX, so a little bit of a backfire to go 1-for-1. A couple ultimates used from T1.
Yeah, that was not it. That was not it. But you see what I mean. You see what I mean with this Renata shit. It's so hard to put this champ away safely.
Put up the Azir Azir turret, try and get his mid priority that way, and then he can come right over. Remember?
Now we have mid prio here. Faker dropping in. T1, they're going to contest this. You have Yone flanking with TP. They're going to contest here often. And you can't catch Yone because he's too safe.
Zayu's ready to try to outplay here with a soul unbound. Immediately resets his position.
They're trying to rush the Baron or the Dragon down. T1 is just... Oh no, Faker's going in. Zeus finds a decent ult here. Deft goes down. T1's getting smurfed on in this one, boys.
And T1 are ready to go.
T1 so precise, just dominating this game. Zeus, magnificent sleight of hand on the bottom side.
Faker getting caught up a little bit.
For the snipe onto Faker, he just walks out of the Inferno chain.
Oh no.
Oh, but Faker.
Oh my god.
Faker gets barrel, and T1's ready for more. Pioshik's on the run, but the ruined king will barely survive. Owner walks away, and now
Owner gets counterpicked.
Just paid for it. Kingan's ready to chase down Guma even further. Zayus coming around from the side. Kingan backing away. T1 getting another. Faker getting another.
Faker just swags on them, bro.
Oh, it's turning into a slaughter in game one, boys. 20 minutes here, and T1 have 3 Drakes as well as the...
That rotation, Faker was very much aware of what was going on that rotation. Knew that Aatrox could maybe hop the wall, had a whole exit planned out.
They're just playing through waves, making sure they have numbers advantage. They sneak it away under DRX's nose. Then DRX kind of think they have to get into this fight.
Game one's looking doomed, boys.
The ones who stand tall.
Playing with supreme confidence. Zeus here in his first year on the international stage. The sleight of hand to distract DRX.
Yeah, the Yone setup was really nice. Then the turn by Yone, this is what I'm talking about. Anytime you go to dive in, Yone can always threaten a backline dive, like a counter engage. Really tough.
And then T1 look for another players. We've got a fight on live.
We've already got that play right now. Pioshik on the run, but he'll run nowhere. Faker goes on a rampage, and Barrel goes down with him. T1 find 2. They find the jungler, and they find their way to the Baron.
There's a reason why T1 is undefeated versus DRX. They're outclassing them in every single role right now, and T1 will pick up that Baron just shy of 21 minutes in the game.
Yeah, this is wild.
Absolute domination here. The objective bounties
That's
are
rough.
already up. The game signaling just how far ahead T1 are. And they've picked right up where they left off. This team, their ascent has been so fun to watch. Consistently outplaying people in draft, in mechanics, on the stage, pressing these objectives at every turn.
Zeus and Kingan getting into a bit of a 1v1 here, but Zeka's also nearby.
I just feel like I'm watching the Harlem Globetrotters getting smurfed on here, or getting their smurf on.
Zeka's gonna whip the shuffle, and T1 just has to wait it out. They'll take out these minions. Zeka trying to find any sort of a way to get out of this one, but it ain't gonna happen. No, sir. Faker unstoppable.
I especially love the story. Well, never mind. Owner's on Pioshik.
We don't have time.
Oh no.
Owner looking for another.
DRX, you gotta just... I'm really hoping for DRX here. Like I said, I want Faker to win this. I want T1 to win this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this first game is looking... they're looking rattled. They're looking rattled. Right? Here you are, you're at the World's Finals. First game, you're getting just swagged on. You're getting your dragon stolen by goddamn Varus. By Varus abilities over walls. You get the first blood on Faker, but it didn't feel like it meant anything. Def's getting caught uncharacteristically on Sivir, which is just very strange from a veteran to be caught. You get the rift, but you don't get to pick it up.
They can't punish the siege. They tried their best with the TP, but that Azir tower,
You're just not. It's not a good first game to set the series up. It's not looking good.
Looking for the pick onto Zeus to stop the 1-4 on a side lane, but Faker's there to respond. He knows that their only plan and their only play is killing the top laner of T1. Faker making sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Zeus with a slight step back here, dodging away from the stolen Azir ultimate himself too. This player and T1 story with them, having confidence in their own. Never mind.
Carrier, that's not where you want to be, buddy. Death goes on a killing spree.
That's shutdown. 2 for nothing there. 20 seconds on the spawn will deny the soul, but Faker is pushing mid hard. Now, Faker's very likely to push mid here, go for inhib, and probably drop in. I don't even know if Faker even has to give away this. I think he could technically come back to Dragon here. He could technically drop in. He's taking inhib, and there's a Dragon Dance going. You have Owner is able to go for the steal, and if he steals this game is a wrap. Going for the Q steal right now. Gives it, decides to let it go. Faker's coming to defend.
But now they got to be ready to run. They've got to exfiltrate, and T1 will not pursue.
T1 is not on the pursuit, which is a little weird because T1 could definitely stop backs here.
Soul here for DRX. You also get the objective bounty shutdown, trying to make some of this gold deficit up.
They need a couple more item spikes. You can see King has just picked up the...
Now, what T1's going to do here, they're going to go to bottom, right? They're going to go to bottom, and they're going to just work this bot side. They're going to try to knock this inhib down. They have 2.5 minutes, so they have about 1.5 minutes to do whatever they want on bot side. They can int. I always say this is like the time to int. You can int, you can hard pressure, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because no one can really stop you after the death. Like, even after dying, it doesn't really do much. It obviously gives bounties away. Bounty gold is valuable. But you're not going to just magically win the game off a misplay. And see, that's why Owner is going for that flash kick play, is because he knows. That's why T1's going for these plays, is because they know going for these plays is never bad, right? Going for these plays here is never that bad. Now, what's going to happen? T1's going to reset. They're going to set up Baron, right? We're going to set Baron up, and we're going to get ready for DRX to come down and contest.
With less than 2 minutes until Baron.
And DRX is going to have to move through all the jungle. We're going to have to move from base all the way to Baron.
30 seconds, like you said, Flowers, on that Baron. That's going to be the next threat for T1. A little bit of topside vision.
And so now we're just staggering objectives, right? We're just staggering objectives. So we've got 3 objectives. We've got Baron spawning in 90. So you're going to see T1 move over, and they're just going to ward everything in. DRX is going to have to walk out. They can't...
This is their hope. The Sivir. Late game
they can't do anything but try to clear vision out.
Minion waves. See if they can pull out a team fight. Meanwhile, big objective is to keep vision control over your red quadrant of your jungle so that you don't get into very dangerous
now here we go.
Scenarios. It comes up in only 57 seconds.
Trying to deny that red buff there, but DRX smartly pull it back. You're absolutely right there, Kobe. It's the Sivir of death that needs to find the damage in the fights. He's a little bit outranged by Faker's Azir, who has 3 items complete, building towards that Rabadon. Zeus also picked up his 3-item spike. DRX need to find some kind of vision around this Baron and juggle the wave.
I'm slightly behind, like, by a couple seconds, it looks like, from where I put the timer.
30 seconds until the Baron spawns. Kingen gonna clear out some of the vision here. DRX must be very careful. A single misstep will give away this Baron and any hope left in this game.
Mount T1 right there. Can DRX scale that mountain? It's going to be a difficult next 5 minutes for them. Baron coming up in only 10
Now, we're just battling for vision still.
They're fighting over the vision just to have a safe place to check from.
They have 1 blue orb left on death. That'll be an emergency usage in case they lose all vision. And right now they can't see it. T1 are starting.
Now T1 starting Baron.
Owner can jump over the wall very quickly. Where's the blue orb from death? He still has it, I think, up. He is going to pop it over the wall.
It's a little too late. T1 gets the Baron and it's over. This game's over. So Baron now, but they have Baron. They're able to free roll it. They're able to free roll straight into Water Soul's GG. Game's over. This game is dead. This is like a less than 5% chance of DRX ever winning this game. Just so you know, they might have had some, you know, maybe if they steal a Baron or something, you know, you got a real possibility. But with that Baron gone versus the caliber of players at this stage, less than 5%, probably less than 3% chance of winning the game.
Is caught in such a difficult position here in this game. They have to weather a storm that is barreling towards this bottom side.
Now you can see T1 setting up a siege. This is a very passive siege. They're going to siege, but they don't care that much about it, right? They're gonna go ahead and just poke. They're gonna posture. They're gonna feign, right? But they're not really going to hard commit to the siege, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna just work the map and they're gonna go down and take that dragon.
pressure in mid.
They have no need to rush anything down. They have no need to like go for a crazy dramatic end. They might knock down the inhib, but they don't feel like they have to, right? But they're gonna get them. They're gonna get both inhibs, and now you're gonna see them just kind of peel off. They're gonna just move to drag, because this is Worlds, right? You're gonna move to drag. You're gonna make sure that you don't throw. Right, piece by piece. DRX needs to just rush it down. Like I said, the less than 3% is them just running down to Dragon, getting some bullshit ace, and then dragging the game out for another 10 or 15.
Such a tough spot, but they have been in so many other tough spots, and they have come back in a lot of them. They had not beaten Gen G either, and ended up coming back in that series. T1 will finish up their soul, and then they will march down mid lane to finish this game 1 up.
So now, T1's basically victory parade mid. You understand? They just victory parade mid here. They're going to posture and dance outside objectives. Wait, when's Baron spawning? No. We're good on Baron. They have 5. Yeah, they're just gonna siege and posture here.
That's the remaining timer on the Baron. I'm trolling you guys. That's just my bad. I was checking to see if you're paying attention. But they have it for another 45 seconds. They can take out this inhib that has just respawned and then leave DRX.
So right now, you've got T1 posturing. Very tough for DRX to ever win this game. Zeus finds immediate engage. Now, Owner baits the Aatrox ult. Lots of mind games here. And now you've got 3 waves crashing in around the same time. It's just a little dance into the Nexus here. Nothing. There's just no way. They're wallet checked here. You can't even find an engage that could ace T1. There's no play.
Owner threatens the engage. Chains of corruption. Going out. Zeka looking for the play, but Owner goes golden. He's going to stay alive for now. Backing up yet again. Nexus turrets. First one's about to die.
Now the Baron dies off, so this buys some wave clear time.
Zeka's only at 1/4 health. He has to heal. Pioshik eats the sonic wave. No resonating strike just yet. DRX are out of turrets.
Now, no more turrets left. And there you go. There's your game 1. Counter engage from Renata, and it's just a wallet check, like I said. That's a tough loss. That's a tough loss. All right, DRX. Shake it off, boys. Let's make it interesting. Shake it off, DRX. Go in the back there. Fucking meditate. Rub one out. Whatever you got to do, because that's a rough one. That's a rough first game. You got to do something. Captain Flowers got some fucking... What is this? Is this a Skarner? I love this. Swagged out. Captain Flowers, Clayton swagged out on this cast. I mean, wouldn't you? What kind of pep talk do you even give DRX after that? Well, they were on red side. So don't be too discouraged yet. Blue side's always favored. The lanes were counters. They were hard counters. Tragic Dragon Steel at the beginning. I'm very like I said, I did not like DRX's draft. I was a little like concerned with Faker getting caught by the regank, but there was just no value. You know, Deft got caught right after bot lane. Drag got punted. Rift, no Rift pickup. There's just no, they could not get anything going in that first game. It's a good answer. Yone is a very, very good answer to the, wow, this guy's really trying to get banned. All right, dude, you're not funny. That's your one warning. Next time you're banned. But yeah, Yone is just so good into Aatrox. Because every time the Aatrox tries to go in, or tries to get a sequence going, Yone just hops out with E. It's really brutal. Keria getting this pick was... Honestly, Keria picking off Deft on this push was such a momentum breaker in this game. It's very uncharacteristic for Deft to get caught like this, I think. The caster here is nailing it. It basically is a huge mistake from Deft. Like, Deft... I hate to be the guy that, like, points fingers. Deft getting caught on this push is a massive... There's some defs that are acceptable defs. That is a massive mistake to make at that stage. Yeah, because I'd hate to blame any one person on a loss. But that is... When at this stage, League of Legends is... I mean, League of Legends is always kind of like, who's fucking up? But when you get caught there, just solo, it's not good. Especially when Deft is going to be the carry a lot of the time. Now, the Victor is not getting a lot of hype from the crowd. I like Victor as a solid pick. I'm not so sold on the Victor pick. I think I would have really liked to see an Ahri here. Yeah, I think I would have liked to see an Ahri a lot more into this composition. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect the Faker mid pick. I really think I would have liked Ahri here versus this comp. You've got Camille going for hard engages. You've got Silas going for hard engages. You've got Varus going for picks. You've got Viego, very similar to last game. Ahri gives you the option to really bully the Silas, kind of with impunity all throughout the game. Whereas with Victor, not so much. You kind of have to give ground in a lot of spots. I'm not a huge fan of it. Not a huge fan of it. I'm thinking that DRX has a much better look at a draft this time, but I don't really think... I'm not going into this game thinking that, you know, T1's just got this massive draft edge like I felt the first game. I think that Faker, if he goes Ahri there, I think it really rounds off the comp nicely. Although you could argue that your AP scaling falls, but you've got a Lux support, right? You've got a very solid AP scale support too. And you need champs that can kind of take over some ground, and I don't really feel that way about Victor. So yeah, if I had to give an edge, I think I would actually say DRX comes out on top here, ever so slightly. Now, let's counterpoint what I just said, though. If you look at Victor, you're saying we've just got to get, like, obviously Ahri does not do nearly as much shit that Victor's going to be able to do late game. Obviously, a comp meta like this, games are going to drag quite a bit. But I'm of the school of thought that, like, even at this level, it definitely feels to me that lanes with prio dominance seem to run pretty well. Oh, timer. We're gonna sync it 2. We're gonna sync it 2 minutes. Give me a minute. I'm at 1010 or 1010, 111, 112, 113. I'm gonna start it at 2. Thanks for reminding me to set it.
Any kind of aggression from T1 in the early stages, but Owner won't have that camp advantage.
Yeah, a couple interesting level 1 things as well is the Graves, since you don't need that sustain, can start with the control ward here. Owner actually holds on to his control ward, does not use it early. Zeka coming to scout the Raptors and get the vision on that.
We'll go at 2 minutes. 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 49, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, and 2 minutes. And we're starting. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying the worlds watching today, guys, by the way. Game 2. Victor does have prio into Silas. I do want to be clear. It's not like Silas is just gapping mid or anything. I'm just saying it's a lot more playable at 6. As opposed to Ahri, where there's no play at 6. Now Ashe and Lux kind of get pushed in from the jump. I feel like this is a deliberate choice. It's a deliberate choice. Because I feel like Ashe and Lux could actually prio. Could fight for prio, could battle for poke.
The knowledge here that Graves can work down reverse clear as well. Faker, meanwhile, continually
lots of range.
Changing with Zeka, pushing in on this mid lane, setting up.
And Faker's hard pressuring Silas in the mid. Whew. Zeka getting quite low.
Zeka at his first World Championship, such an explosive year for him, struggling on teams like BLG in the LPL. Now, looked like not to be the favorite at all in the LCK, but
Zeka's quite low.
The tournament of his life. He just needs to get out of this lane phase. Faker will have the advantage in this part of the game. He's just about kind of getting as many creeps as possible.
And it's not like Zeka was a bad mid during regular season play, during domestic play. He was a top half mid laner. He was pretty high rated at any given point. But
now Owner has a nice little angle here to pressure bot lane. Gonna try to get them pretty low. They're not going for a kill. They just want to pressure, maybe get a sum.
A lot of damage comes out. They will get the flash out of depth.
They get the deft flash, and they do some good pressure.
Yosik is up towards these Krugs. Zeus is still full HP. I don't think they could dive him with level 4 on Kingen, and this bot pressure is now in favor of
this Faker finding this back from Silas really fucking sucks. And Victor might do it again. Yeah, Faker is terrorizing Zeka here, and Zeka keeps going for this back. Faker is gonna match backs and just TP. Faker has a really good position.
Yeah, perhaps Piosik
Even
makes
fake
the
backing.
3-3, so it's not really worth investing his time down there. He will do towards level 6, where these AD carries have so much setup on the enemy support.
Can't see delay note. I'm sorry. Here you go.
The Heimerdinger, your jungler can follow up so easy on that kind of skill shot, so we'll see what happens towards level 6 in bot lane.
And the value of going with the bottom side there for Owner is so much higher because Dragon coming up.
Now Barrel with a nice little roam timing here. Kyria matching.
DRX on the support jungle recall timing here, trying to retake.
And Faker's just really strangling mid. Just trying to hold his position as long as he can. I'm curious to see what Graves does here. If Graves roams to mid after clearing chickens and just pushes in mid. Or if Faker is just going to sit here with no mana.
Pretty well right now.
Looks like Faker's just going to chill.
That top side, Camille will start winning even harder towards one item up against the Aatrox on side.
Like I said, he has no mana, but he's in such a good safe position. It doesn't matter.
Bot lane pushes everything.
Barrel losing half HP.
Barrel gets ignited. A very strange ignite from Kyria.
Fires off some rockets back into Kyria. It's a one trade for T1, but they're just waiting for Piosik on the side of DRX.
Now Piosik is going for a contested award, but he can't get it.
Owner lurking in his own jungle. DRX knows that if T1 is trying to stand and fight, this is not probably a play they want to take, so they back Piosik away.
Yeah, important defense of that control ward there because T1 have Owner coming down and threatening in the fog of war. Piosik has to give up. They can't take away that key vision.
Level 4 on both sides. Crab spawning, but bot push for T1. Keep it back from Faker.
Now, basically a top right now.
From the mid laner if T1 to allow Owner to get that crab. So
What's happening in Kingen is just basically going to be chilling. Zeus not really under a lot of pressure. This is why I wasn't a huge fan of the Camille pick, because at least with Yone you can actually pressure the weak side, and I just feel like the way it was pretty clearly demonstrated from Zeus that the best way to do this is to just play Yone and just harass the guy under tower with Prio.
Their way through bot lane. How many times have DRX made comebacks in situations where you counted them out?
But
Stand strong. They've only lost 2 games this entire
playing devil's advocate here, Camille scales pretty fucking well too. And it could just be DRX's way of saying, like, we just want a team fight. I do not know about this all-in from Barrel. I don't think it's going to work. Now these guys are out of mana, and this is what I was talking about with this lane.
Landing these grenades on Daguma, though. Got the cleanse out on the first one. Good chunk here as well. If he had a little bit more...
You've got a lot of range with Ashe and Lux.
Ooh, close. But no cigar. The arrow does not find Gumayushi.
And Ashe and Lux doing pretty well in the spot lane.
Stay around, push a little bit more. Wants to get one more wave taken care of before he gets his recall, I would assume.
I don't know why Kyria is canceling this. Maybe she's going to try to freeze it, hold it.
Back out onto the map, look to set down some vision, look to do a little bit of roaming as Deft finishes off the last little
Yeah, I
bit
think
of
Kyria really just wants to freeze.
around to be able to freeze it and make sure that nothing goes too wrong.
Yeah, he's going to hold the wave there and force Deft to base a little
Nice
bit
E from the Lux to just discourage Vars from really doing anything here.
Stops crashing, and then it allows Gumayushi to catch up and get a couple of these creeps that he might have missed. You can see that how the bot lane dynamic is playing out. Poke Varus, lethality build, Comet, Vamp Scepter for Gumayushi to try to...
Now Faker's getting a mean gank coming his way.
Finds the mark, but there's not enough damage.
Now you see Faker putting his W on his head, just saying, don't go anything. You can't do anything here.
Damage into Faker. He's only got 200 HP left, and Zeka has ulti, but Faker is safe.
Mid pushes everything. That's why Barrel's here, because Herald's about to spawn. You can see Piosik moving over towards...
Very bad time for Faker to get pushed out because of the Rift posturing, but I don't think it's going to matter all that much yet.
Yeah, super high value gank from Barrel here because of the fact that they already have used their teleports, allowing the push out. And Zeka on the Silas, highest CS in the game. He's so good at these Silas.
Now Zeka's farm, the commentators just pointed it out. I didn't even notice it. This is incredible farm versus a really high pressure lane. Incredible farming from Zeka. It's not just, oh, Zeka has high farm. It's that Silas is fucking hard to farm with, dude. And it's really hard to farm when you've got this Victor up your ass the entire lane phase. So I don't even know how he's doing that, to be completely honest with you.
That is a big factor here. He's not even close. And T1
I'm tempted to just watch the VOD back.
Owner did something interesting there. He used his regular smite
Like,
on the Riftfield to
I just want to watch that mid lane and just see how he handles farming with Silas.
So he has the empowered one.
All right, let's see it. DRX
Now this big Rift fight. Almost a huge pick on Deft. T1 secure the Rift.
Controls the river and controls the
Zeus found a huge side pick there.
First the objective, DRX are forced to face check Deft oversteps. He's out of the fight. 5 before DRX have to give it up.
Oh, and there's so much long-range threat with the Graves ultimate, with Victor ultimate, Ash Arrow here from Guma. Now Deft, no summoner spells. Mid lane T1 pushing in the aftermath as well. Faker wants some money.
Yeah, Faker is actually getting Giga out-farmed here by a melee matchup that he opted into.
Maintains an incredible CS lead. Finds the E2 onto Faker. Q2's not going to get the damage.
He opted into this matchup. He's down 22 CS.
Grenades and rockets not going to get a whole lot done just yet. Barrel still not level 6. Kingen goes in. Owners
Now here we go. Kingen trying to get in there with the Camille. Gets popped.
It's first blood over to Owner. And T1
And Zeus is just... Brother, there's a gap in top lane. Zeus is weak-sided, man. I'm telling you, this fucking Camille shit. If you can't be, if you're gonna run this Camille thing, accept that you just don't have the lane edge and just play it to mid game for the love of God.
The day. 3 kills to T1 in a play which DRX were looking for, sending Barrel up towards that top side, having Piosik hover
like Zeus has the big heart here, running the Yone and then running the Aatrox right into the next game, and Kingen just doesn't have it in him. They hovered the Yone, he just doesn't have it in him to play the carry pick, and it would have made a big difference in the prio on top, I'm telling you. Like if we're talking comp, you know, you don't one trick. It's not like me playing Fiora over and over again. Like, if you've got an edge on a matchup and you know the matchup exists, you have to play it. And they have to know by now that it exists.
This is something that we've talked so
Camille's
much
too weak.
about in the pre-show. T1's ability to outplay in these skirmishes.
Too weak in the early.
We've seen it in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals, them just dodging so many skill shots, setting up these even number scenarios.
This Ash Arrow into a Lux combo. Are we going to ult? We're going to ult, and we're going to try to push Deft out. There's not a lot of sustain. That's the other thing that I failed to mention. When you get poked down with a... Oh my God, Kyria is...
Are you kidding me? He just sets it up like it's point and click.
Kyria says hello to his old lane partner. I'm sorry, Deft.
Yo, he's making Lux support look good, bro.
Summoner's Cup, I want to win.
Alrighty, let's see if Faker can get away from Piosik.
Faker gets very unlucky here. Gets pulled back into the wall, flashes over, and gets a trade kill on the way down. Viego gets the reset. Owner's coming, but Owner has no follow-up. He has no flash, has nothing. Very unlucky. Faker kind of got like some sort of bug there.
Skirmishes. DRX try their best to fight back. Faker has to expend the flash, but he expends it aggressively rather than trying to flash away to make it a 1-for-1. They don't get the Herald down, but his bot side's in their favor. Kingen fighting against Zeus.
Zeus with the World Ender active, trying to chase Kingen back. However, the ulti is about to expire, so Zeus is going to back off there.
Ooh, good spacing.
On some hope for DRX. It comes back to
oh no!
Never mind, this one-on-one is so close.
It's going away.
All right, Kingen.
Flash to get out of the way of the Q3. Barrel shows up, but he doesn't land it until the very end.
Cheryl from fucking downtown. What in the world?
Gets the kill, but now Owner's ready to go. Buckshot in his back. There's no way home for the Donger. Say
wow.
Good night, Owner.
Did the commentators even catch that?
And time again, T1 respond to everything DRX are throwing at them. They're going to trade 1-for-1, and they're going to place the Herald down funnel. All this
Zeus wasting ult was tragic.
We talked about Owner being set up to be the
But Zeus just, I'm telling you, man, I play a lot of top. Zeus just looks in control this matchup. I'm talking the player matchup. He just looks in control. Even in that 1v1, he just looked in control.
Celebrating them as the lane kingdom, and they thought that they could get a trophy together, but it was Owner and Zeus in 2020. While they were trying to chase the title, they were trying to win the Academy Series.
Zeus looking like a fucking monster farm-wise, though.
And that's when they got
That is scary. He is serious.
Now, 2 years later, and Owner is just so
I mean, Zeka, not Zeus. On the Silas. That is a crazy farm gap.
The flash away from the Q3 was great, but there wasn't as much follow-up damage as he might have hoped for, as Beryl did arrive slightly late with the grenade, but he manages to pick him up with the missiles.
Yeah, look at the mini-map. Beryl gets here a little bit sooner, but Owner right on the way. Snipes him with the rockets here after King had set it up, and it from downtown. Gumayushi hits the arrow. Owner finishes the job.
Yeah, the Ash was nowhere nearby. He's all the way back home in bottom lane. That one came from across the map to guarantee they get the kill back onto the.
It showcases in detail why Zeus is so far ahead. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, if he... No, I don't want to belabor the point, but it was very sus when I see the Camille pick. The Camille pick looks like a white flag to me. It reads like a white flag. It's playing like a white flag. Faker, all Faker has to do here with this Victor pick is just park a W on himself. And here's the stopwatch. This is what I was talking about with the Victor pick, by the way. And Zeus has no flash. So that goes in the way. And this is what I was scared of with the Victor pick, man. This is what I'm scared of. Because Faker already got caught in transit behind the pit and kind of snuck out of there with a 1-for-1. This is never happening on an RE pick. Right? This is never happening with an RE pick.
This is huge. This is the first step in the comeback for DRX. Zeka, the most fed member on the team, 162 CS with the kill, steals that ult you're talking about. That's 2 for DRX and the Herald. No more rifts, or no more turret plates left on the map for them to cash in quickly, but it'll help with taking down one of those outer towers.
It's not just what you get, it's what they don't get. You must slow the bleeding. You must be able to stop T1 from running away with it. And DRX...
Now, this is the hard thing about Lux. In my opinion, DRX is looking pretty solid here coming into the mid game. Right? This rift that they just picked up. Right? You've got this rift now. You've got Silas. He's gapping the fuck out of mid right now.
The advantage and look for another fight around a neutral objective. We'll see this one again because it's
right here. If we're not running, even with Crown, look at Faker sitting on fucking Crown.
And hits carry a little bit later on. But this stopwatch from Faker here was brilliant because it denies the Q2 from King to allow the Chaos Storm to do damage.
Now, my question here...
From Zeka all the way from downtown stops Carrier from being able to peel to
so close to getting Kingen down too.
Boom. Nicely done.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. The Lux ult got stopped.
Ready for another neutral objective fight. It is still almost a 2,000 gold lead for the side of T1. So DRX, they'll have to play smart. They'll have to.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a gold lead, but it doesn't exist. Now, Heimerdinger might get caught. No, Heimerdinger too tanky. Tanky dinger. Now T1 lets the dragon go. And I think what T1's thinking right now is I think they're very aware of their position. Faker needs to catch up and farm. Faker needs to catch up and farm.
Barrel's very low. The Herald won't kill the tower, so they need to get the next wave in. Gumayushi has to use the cleanse.
Nicely done. Gumayushi getting himself back, but the shutdown on Owner means that DRX
now Owner gets shut down, and that's huge.
Still standing for now.
Huge gold pickup.
Wants to take it out. Minion wave's gonna collide.
T1's debating on defending this. Nice try, Zeus. And Aatrox gets picked off.
This team is ready. They're doing it. They are making the comeback arena.
Now, DRX, I'm telling you, like I said, that gold lead is not that significant, man. T1's got to just slow it down and get there. They've just got to slow it down and get there. But DRX is now, they are favored to win this game. I give them a pretty big edge on this game. Even with the gold disadvantage before, I was still feeling pretty good about DRX. So this is getting scary. This is getting scary.
This guy's 30% HP on Heimerdinger just walking up to T1, baits them into him. forces Zeus to flash to try to get the kill on the gap close, and then they turn it into another kill, another tower. Look how much
Zeus, fearless, goes for the pick, is unable to find it.
Away from Zeus. Zeus tries to follow, can't catch him.
Don't
He
just
dodges
a laser.
the Lux laser, walks away, and T1 can't get any money back. That was
Very
a beautiful
conditional.
team change
Lux
from
support
DRX.
looked good.
It was
Kyria made it
great
look good.
into
The
zone
problem
from
is, once you get into mid game, your Lux support, you can't move around the map very comfortably, right? Thankfully, Graves kind of offsets your vision control issues that you have,
Of what it used to be.
right? Heimerdinger is able to kind of go where he wants, even though he's, you know, you would think he's exploitable. He's not really that exploitable. Can put turrets between him and engage, can counter engage with E. Kyria constantly pressuring Adept with this poke because he knows that sustain is an issue, right?
DRX playing mid to top here. Zeus ready on the face check. He knows he doesn't want to go to on top side because the wave isn't in great state.
Max range arrows here coming out from Guma. Oh, not max range.
The cleanse out of Deft to make it so he has a bit more pressure around this lane. Does Deft want to ult him back? He's going to throw the Q. Doesn't have cleanse there, Gumyushi, but Carrier first item Mikhail's to keep his AD carry safe.
And you're going to have a side lane problem here for T1 because Camille's got a double stacked wave up at that outer tower. DRX are going to take even more objectives right now. Pioshik.
This game's getting out of control slowly. T1's got to slow it down if they want a chance to win this. They've got to slow it down. They've got to get Victor. They've got to get Victor scaled up, and then they've got to just work picks, and they've got to just play the fucking pick game.
Doesn't have vision around the jungle support right now, but he knows that he's taken the objective. There's nothing left to be done. Zeka in isolation against Faker, who has a little bit of wave clear. He's going to proc the crown.
Yeah, that was a beautiful.
Zeka might go for the dive.
Zeka's ready to go. Everfrost to lock Faker down. He walks away from the stolen Chaos Storm. Faker's at 40% health and no mana. So
God, I hate that fucking Victor pick, dude. I fucking hated it in this game. I think it's so bad. I know why he's doing it, but I think it's spineless. I think he's better than a Victor pick. This TP is not good. Ooh, the arrow. Unlucky. Now, what is T1 going to do cross map with this? Are they able to do anything? I don't think they are.
T1 no, they've got the numbers advantage. They take away the jungle. They try and push in, but no kill.
Yeah, they can't pressure this tier 2 either. Kingen can just kind of sit in their face and clear away the wave.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Pressure in mid here from DRX means that they can
DRX takes the gold lead. Now we're starting to get into territory where this is not looking good for T1. I don't like T1's comp when games start looking like this. I like T1's comp early and mid, but if they're not dominating in early and mid, it starts to get shitty.
If you come back from that inhibitor respawning game, you can come back from anything.
What the fuck is Heimerdinger flying over fucking Lux Qs and shit?
He just took the blast cone, man. He didn't even care that push was in the fog of war.
The only ever time DRX had a game state like this was round 2 in summer 2022, where they had Zeka on things like Akali, similar to this in game 2. But it was the GP from Zeus that stopped so much of the cross maps. DRX's macro was just too weak to go up against T1, but we've seen them take a top tier 1 from a shift to mid, take a bot tier 1 from a shift to mid, set up around these objectives,
now
make sure they're first. The bounce back
we're gonna give away drags here. T1 has to give away the next 2 drags. They have to, because their comp just isn't good until Faker has items. And Kyria is flinging, dude. Or not Kyria. Guma is just flinging these arrows. Doesn't give a shit.
With no counterplay from T1 because they've pushed out both side lanes.
T1 need to approach these fights by kiting back. Kingen's going to jump in. Zeka and Pioshik are going to jump in, looking for a reset on the Viego. Deft and Beryl are going to play at range. So that means Zeus kind of needs to play frontline for T1 and try to help them burn through the divers of DRX's solo lanes.
Ooh, Beryl eats a little damage there from the laser.
I love that kid. Both Heimerdinger and Varus are walking around with refillables. The reason why is because they don't have sustain in this fucking bot lane. And Kyria's just bombing them all game long.
Avoiding those bindings, just like that. They're keeping enough distance that they can stay away from Carrier's trap.
And now we have to see Zeka, after all we've talked him up, after an amazing year at Worlds, an amazing tournament, can he actually carry the team fights versus Faker, the greatest of all time? He's the most fed member on DRX. He has the extra kills here on his signature Silas.
All right, I thought for sure that might have got there. I thought we might have got the 0.25 last seconds of the recall to interrupt it, but not quite, not quite.
Every time the camera goes onto Beryl, he's being really cheeky, isn't he? He's just playing. He's a very stubborn player. You know, I was speaking to Ashley Kang in terms of how he approaches communication with his team. Sometimes in draft in Damwon, he'll just say to players like Nuguri, "You're a good Fiora, just lock it in. Don't be scared. Just pull it off, and we'll have a good game." So he just plays with so much confidence.
Yeah, I have to admit, Beryl has been non-stop. Beryl has been non-stop up in people's grill the entire game with this stupid Heimerdinger pick. It's pretty funny to watch.
Exactly citing this player.
These arrows haven't landed, have they? T1 trying to get Deft's cleanse.
Now Beryl playing confident as usual. Unable to get caught though. Now, I'd be very, very surprised. Yeah, I really feel like T1 wants to just wait it out.
So they can get some kind of mid push. While he has cleanse up, he has that defensive summoner to push them back.
Pioshik's doing the same thing. He's trying to cut off people going to answer the split push for themselves. They've got Zeka.
I want you guys to look at Zeka's farm right now. He wants to win the game. I have literally no idea how he has that farm. I'm telling you, I want to VOD review it and just watch. Zeus is mad. He is very mad. He's going to RN and look for a pick onto Beryl. Doesn't get it. Zeus has been hungry, looking for fights all game long. Looking to challenge all series long so far. Now, not gonna lie to you, if you're a fan of Kingen, you're liking the Camille pick now that we've gotten to mid to late game. Like I said, I was a bit of a Camille hater, but now that Kingen's got the level lead, he's got scaling going on, he's getting strong.
Allowing them to take away jungle resources. These lines of wards, they fought pretty heavily for Pioshik to get this one behind red. Blue buff one stolen away as well. They're getting themselves step by step in the position to force T1 to those longer rotations that you're talking about. So they're always going to be...
Now this right here, what the Chem Punk on Aatrox totally makes sense. Lots of healing on this enemy team. You've got Camille, you've got Viego, you've got Silas, right? There's a ton of healing on the whole top side. Totally makes sense. Zeka's insane. I still can't get up his fucking farm. I don't even understand. I don't know where he's getting this farm from. I don't know how you get through a lane phase with perfect farm versus Victor. As much as I hate the pick, I can't deny that it's going to pressure you for the first 5 levels. I don't even understand how he got the farm that he got. I just want to study it. Dude.
200 gold ahead.
I couldn't do that on Tryndamere, I don't think.
To be looking towards the Baron if they find an
fuck do you do it on Silas, dude?
Where everything rests
it's inhuman.
Edge. It could go either way depending on a hero play from anybody, and Kingen is here off to the side.
Crazy.
Of DRX as T1 is grouped up in the mid lane. Keria goes fishing again, but just not a whole lot to find.
Remember, both AD carries have that cleanse.
Now, farm or no farm, right now, what needs to happen is DRX is going to comfortably be able to secure this dragon. T1 would be very, very dumb trying to contest this right now, at least heavily contest it. T1 would be making a huge error unless they find a pick. If they find a pick, you can contest dragon. If you don't find a pick, you're going to have depression going for dragon.
Coming in slowly. 10 seconds on the dragon spawn. DRX are first. T1 grouping up towards mid. Zeka taking the base, has the TP ready if his team needs him.
Now Zeka's showing up. Zeka is massive right now. He's got a 3rd item completed. He's got a Zhonya's completed. This is a huge moment. T1 cannot take this dragon fight. They can't do it. They can't. You can't do it, or you're going to lose the entire game. You've got to just wait. You've got to give it away, and then you got to make a stand on 4 on Soul Point. You make a stand on Soul, and you hope to outplay it. It'll be hard as fuck. T1's definitely on the back foot in this game. DRX gold lead reads more like a 5k gold lead to me.
Exactly. 5 minutes is
just like little shit, like not being able to move around the map anymore. Like Victor can't move, their mid lane can't move, Aatrox can't move, their bot lane can't move. Graves is the only person that can confidently step around the map. This is really bad for T1. Really, 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 really bad. Really bad.
Everybody regrouping, stopwatches and control wars
Really bad.
in inventories, we know the Baron dance is about to begin.
Now, T1 will have to contest a Baron. They do have good contests for Baron. You've got a lot of steal potential. You've got Lux ults. You've got Graves ults. You've got Graves smites. You've got Victor E's. You've got Aatrox jumping in there like a fucking crazy man.
Hawkshot's such a big advantage for T1, though, in being able to very, very safely keep their vision.
Kingan's grouping up. They're not actually playing side lanes right now, DRX. They're just all hovering around this Baron pit. Kingan is going to move towards bot now. Pings on the tier 2. T1 have a window to find a
Almost find the arrow onto Barrel.
Enchanted crystal arrow, but he gets away.
No flash as well. Barrel's just in their face. T1 now have to retreat backwards. Waves coming in. They have to catch top. They have to catch mid. Kingan still in this fog of war. Not pushing bot. He really wants to fight.
Here we go. DRX in the enemy jungle. Barrel's going to be found by Keria, but he does not step into the CC.
Now, Zeka is caught in sides. If Zeka gets picked...
Faker flashes in. Zeka goes to the Kingslayer.
Oh, no, Zeka. Oh, that's not good.
And he hits the floor.
That's not good. That is not good. That is not good.
Really good timing here for T1.
Zeka has got a bounty on him the size of China right now.
Still going to cost you an extra turret as DRX are able to shift over to mid lane, but getting that kill, getting the flash as well out of Zeka.
That's, I mean, he's sitting, he bountied out.
Big advantage looking at Baron.
He reverse funneled.
Faker will also have to play a lot safer on the
Faker
Victor,
just,
though. Him
Faker
without
picked it up, I
flash,
think.
keep distance.
Base is coming in now. Kill for tower.
Not good. That is not good.
Still 2 minutes 45 seconds
He reverse funneled. You have to understand that not only is your bounty calculated by how big you are in terms of kills, but it's how calculated by your CS number differences too. That's a big bounty because of that.
Blow this entire game open either way. Kingan wins this fight, but he's looking for the blue buff.
Kingan level 16 compared to the level 15 of Zeus.
Ooh, big arrow, big arrow, big arrow.
Buffered with the hook shot.
Kingan, no joke though.
Out from what would have otherwise been a very precarious situation, as Zeus now has to retreat and Kingan has backup.
How low is the cooldown on this fucking Ashe arrow? Ashe is flinging.
Hanging around nearby now too. Kingan keeping the push going here. Lux laser to thin the wave. Zeus wants to try to get rid of as many of these minions as he can. Kingan's going to step up, trade with him here a little bit. Hook shot right back to Zeus.
The objective for DRX remains the same, though. They want to continue with these same setups where they're able to push in on top and bottom first. That way, even if one of the side lane pushers gets picked off, like we saw Zeka last time, they still get an advantage, are able to trade.
Faker is now level 17.
Extra pressure that they mount. T1 take this little timing window, though, to hard shove.
Big engage coming from Barrel. Faker's able to sidestep it. Lots of flashes coming out. Big Zhonya's right away. Victor ult comes down to counter. Now Kingan is stuck in the Victor W. Silas looking for a big engage. Finds an arrow. This is bad news. Zeus flashes out. Well played by Zeus. And this is a one for none, or none for none. A none for none. Barrel is getting caught up though, and Zeus has found his ult. The battle is hype. The battle is hype. Everybody using every fucking thing right now.
Get their health bars back up. Get as many items as possible. Refresh wards. Come back out on the map and contest these waves again.
This is about to be a big battle for Dragon here. T1 cannot afford to give this Dragon up. They're going to contest it. They have to contest it. This next fight is going to be a banger. Only way that this game, like... Zeus might be actually in a bad spot here. I don't know how Zeus gets down here in time.
That are coming from Keria will be so much more likely to land, to find purchase in the next.
Okay, Zeus is just going to walk it in. Yeah, Zeus is going to walk it in.
Kingan used his in that fight, but has upgraded it into a Guardian Angel, and Pioshik still has...
All right, here we go. This fight probably decides game. Huge poke from Deft. Finds some big damage.
My eyes are on that Mikhail's cooldown. See if it comes up for Keria in
Now Zeus wins Scuttled Crab.
No, he didn't. Zeus got it. So the Mikhail's needs to come up so that T1 can face.
Now T1's going for the push, and then they're going to try to claim control of Dragon before DRX is able to. A lot of flashes are down. Someone gets caught here. It's going to spell GG for this objective. Guma has arrow. Is thinking really hard about where he wants to throw it. There's Kingan rotating Goofy, but Guma can't throw this arrow into Kingan. He knows how to buffer. You've already seen this. You can't do this again. So now that Ash Arrow being down, they're still in control of vision. DRX is about to contest. DRX is stronger. This flank from Kingen is disgusting. They are able to secure the dragon. Now they've got to get out. DRX is baiting this dragon to go for an ace here. Guma is caught. Victor ult comes down. Big Victor ult. People are getting caught up, though. Big Lux counter ult. We are finding some kills, though. T1 is able to get some kills. DRX really needs to be this needs to be a near smooth ace to get any real value. Faker doing all he can. Zeus is doing everything he can to delay this. Faker is now Zhonya's on side lane. He's unable to get anything done. This is what I'm talking about. Smooth ace in favor of DRX. This is what they wanted. They're giving away the dragon, letting T1 get into the pit, and then they're going for a commit onto T1 to try to get the smooth ace. T1 almost get out of that. If they were able to trade, maybe lose 1 or 2 bodies, it would have been fine.
You give him these playmakers, he will make magic happen. From having a strong lane phase up against the greatest player of all time to being the driving force in that team fight to get them this Baron.
Big arrow.
No arrow steal, no chance, no shot.
Now, I don't think the game's over yet, though. I don't think it's over yet, but it's heavily favored in DRX.
The only last question was going to be Faker, and he stands tall again. Take a look at it. They gave up the dragon.
Yeah, this fight here is just...
The entire time, all eyes on Gumayusi to get that AD carry out of the fight first. And then they know they can go for the chase. With Sylas and Camille, some of the longest range chase for solo laners you can have in the game. Zeka, as well as Kingen, finding the collapse.
And that's it. It's Zeka and King in the driving force. Beryl right behind them. Pyosix just fishing for resets. Deft missed his ult, missed a couple Qs, didn't get as much impact as he would want. Zeka didn't go for the Q there on Keria. Maybe could have picked up the triple. But T1 just don't have the damage for this Sylas. He's just running straight through all of them.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad.
And eventually, Faker falls to Deft and Kingen.
Faker without enough mana to try to fight back in this 1v2 as Keria runs himself into the turret, and execution is all he can hope for. And DRX finally found the fight they were looking for. They command a Baron and a 3,000 gold lead, and they're pushing into the T1 base.
Oh, hold me close, boys. This is what we wanted from this series. DRX poised to strike back against T1.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The game is not over yet. It is not over yet. I wouldn't count T1 out completely yet. I think the first game was looking a lot worse. Kingen almost gets caught. I don't know why Gumayusi keeps looking for this fucking Camille, though. It's driving me insane. It's such a stupid pick attempt. He's already proven that he'll buffer it. We now know the interaction, so stop testing it. The guy's looking for it. It's obvious. The dude is literally pushing, thinking in his head, if I see an arrow, I just E here. He's saying it in his head as he pushes. Kingen is getting caught up. Oh, they find the pick on him, though. Anyways, and I shut up. That's a huge siege stopper.
With this critical timing window.
Oh, no.
They take down King and they
that is not good. That is not good.
He tried to E off the wall to land onto Faker, but he wasn't in range. Doesn't commit the ult because he realizes Faker has so much damage, and the arrow missed from Zeka. Tries to run away. The flash.
This is the scaling that everybody's talking about with the Victor pick. This is what Ari doesn't have.
Arrow misses as well.
Right?
Faker doesn't get stunned, and then King realizes he's made a mistake. Has to run back around the tower in case he'll get stunned. Flash doesn't really avoid anything apart from.
I don't know why he doesn't flash over the thick wall. I think he just wasn't expected to be in that position.
The moments on the biggest stage in the world with all of the pressure. DRX still can recover, though. No problem for them. They've got the gold lead. They also still have Dragon Soul Point. Dragon arriving in 50 seconds.
Exactly.
Oh, Deft, what are you doing?
Afforded them a good fight last time. Deft with the cleanse, Deft with a flash. That is both summoner spells of the DRX marksman. That is huge for T1 in this upcoming battle.
No ultimate as well. He should be in time for the dragon spawn. T1 will get the
Dude, Faker just knows where to be, man. You see that setup on the fucking mid. And Faker's now getting to late game, and you can see that late game confidence kicking in. This is the problem. This is why I said I was not counting out T1 yet. Zeka's getting caught potentially. And T1 just keeps finding these little mini picks. These little mini picks hurt.
For big chunks on health that would allow them a better setup on Dragons. Just gonna be a teleport back from Zeka though. Level 18 on the top.
Ooh! Kyria! Kyria! Kyria, what is that? What are you doing, DRX?
He's just buying time. The Dragon's already up.
The Dragon's up, but it doesn't matter. It's such a throw. It doesn't matter. It's such a throw. They're losing all their... Oh, man. They're just... That is a soul-crushing throw, man. Kyria, fucking insane support, dude. Insane. What is this random fucking flash Q he threw out there? Did he know?
Oh my goodness, it was at their fingertips.
Kyria just does not miss, does he? With the Everfrost.
What was the fucking... Why did he flash?
Gumayusi gap close. We'll see it again. So pops the E to get a little bit of vision.
He doesn't have vision. Oh, yes, he does.
The second he sees him. It gets better though because as
yeah, then the Everfrost over the wall.
Lands the tip of it onto him as well to allow Gumayusi to get damage down.
Bro.
Falls. T1 are in time to take away the Dragon. These last 10 minutes have been immaculate.
Then Owner knows, I've got to get to Dragon. They're burning down.
And then Owner blocks drag too.
Zeka tries to delay him. Zeka stunned him up there on the ramp. He ults backwards, flashes forward, and gets...
I didn't even catch this Owner shit. That's insane too.
Split seconds determined that soul, and Kingen gets pulled back across.
My God.
Rub salt into the wound. They lose another member. They lose
DRX just fucking...
T1 are relentless.
This is bad.
Oh my goodness. Such a close one. So well fought here as well in the setup, and we see the reactions.
Joy on one side,
dude.
Concern on the other, as DRX have had...
T1 knows now. They're like, we're in the driver's seat. I talk about this all the time in solo queue when it's like, you've been getting shit on. You've been getting shit on, and you're like, yo.
You know, trying to reestablish.
You're sitting there thinking like, oh guys, we might lose this, and then all of a sudden you're in the driver's seat. You're like, well, shit, we got all the way here. Like, there's no way we're losing now.
Are unfazed by the last 10 minutes. See if they can still pull this through. It's a very even game state now. Gold within 500-600. Dragons even a piece. T1 have found a way to stabilize the game, and they're becoming incredibly strong. DRX haven't been able to force their advantage as much as they might like. And now it's a Baron dance as it spawns.
Ocean Rift puts so much extra brush on the map, and DRX have to be so careful when they check these brushes. It was the brush check from Zeka that put him such low HP that he had to teleport back into the fight. There for the last
They're in so much trouble. DRX is in so much trouble here. Momentum is shattered. They know they're in a real game now. They know they're in a real game. I'm telling you, they had a huge edge. Camille getting caught in mid is just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, and then whatever comes after that is just real fucking bad news. Now you've got Zeus on bot lane. He's to late game. Graves is almost to max late game. T1 knows that starting up objectives has gotten them in trouble, and I think they're aware enough to know that DRX might bait an objective, because putting an objective on, right, kind of encloses you, and I think DRX's comp is better in those type of like enclosed spaces. And I think T1 understands that, and I think they're just gonna wait for picks instead of fuck around with Baron flips right now. They're gonna let their gameplay talk. Faker was doing some crazy fucking combo there. I don't know what the hell. Barrel almost got one tapped.
Had to flash to save his own life, as T1 have a nice health advantage now, and you'll see Owner, Kyria, and Gumayusi heading back towards that top side river, heading back towards that...
Now they know that Barrel has to reset, so they're going to try to get control of objectives. But T1, I don't think T1's ever going to go for Baron. I don't think that they really can justify it because, again, you already saw what happens. You take an objective fight, you might just get aced. And they do a lot better with just making picks from bushes, which is really hard to navigate for DRX.
And it just means that with this full build Victor, how do they get on top of him? They have to proc the crown initially, the ultimate comes out, Beryl instantly has to flash away, Kingen has a little bit...
You guys just keep poking like crazy because they know that DRX doesn't have a ton of sustain.
To push forwards.
At least DRX have been able to buy time for their Guardian Angels. They just had Kyoshik's cooldown come back up on it and very short on Kingen.
30 seconds on Dragon, T1 first to the river, Kingen in a position to look for a flank. Death needs to arrive. He's trying to clear out the mid-wave. Lux ult from Zeka pokes out.
The Zeka's trying to get some damage with the Lux ult. This is the late game Sylas we talk about. Sylas can just start taking ults and using them to poke and shit. It's really fucking obnoxious. If you've ever faced this and a good one's on it, a good player's on it.
So long enough that now it's guaranteed for either side. Whoever takes it, and we're done with these.
Now, positionally, T1 is in a strange spot.
They're gonna burn through it a little bit, but they're taking their time. Kingan's coming around.
Good luck on the smite steal, boys.
Trying to keep him away.
Huge Victor ult to put counter pressure down. Zeus is pissed. A really, really bad open for DRX. Camille does get a kill on Carriot. Don't know how much it matters. Zeka's probably going down, though. There it is. Now, Zeka goes down. It's support from mid. This is bad news. Faker reset TP's forward. No, that's his Zeus TP forward. My bad.
With a solid advantage here. Def's gonna look for some poke. Finds it on Owner.
Now, Faker has options. They could all just go to Drag here or go to Baron here. You've got Zeka down. Zeka's the main threat. Zeus is trying to catch this Viego. Now it's on T1. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like a Baron here. I think with Zeka being dead, Zeka's the majority of the gold. Now you've got King in here. You do have Pyosic up. Big find on the Faker, but he's still up. Faker does get picked. The Baron fight is still going. Now, Owner's still up. Zeus is still up. The Baron is dealing DPS this whole time. Ashe goes down. You've got Curious showing up. And now Zeka is back. You've got DRX pushing down mid. They might try to end, but Lux has a lot of wave clear. Now, you've got 20 seconds. Kingan's going for it. I think this is it. I think T1 loses. This push is gross. There it is. Can't believe it. You know what is one thing that I'm wondering right now is if T1 takes a reset. Faker made the call, clearly. This is what I was talking about with that fucking Baron, though. It's scary. I thought with Zeka dead, it was an okay look. Faker called for it, though. Faker called for the Baron. He has TP. They could reset. They could reset right there. And just keep doing what they're doing. Keep finding those picks. Keep scaling. I just... It looked really good. I mean, a Baron start looks good with Zeka dead. But it's just... It's still a flip. When you think about it, as a coach, you got to look at this and you got to review it and you got to think like, yeah, we could go for Baron, but we're proving that we're on equal ground. It's easy for me to say as a hindsight hero, though. You know what I'm saying? Was Baron the right call? No, I think you posture Baron and wait for picks. I think you posture Baron and wait for picks. I think they got it in their head. That's like, we won. We got second down. We got to go Baron. But actually, you posture Baron. You just look for picks. You go to Baron. You clear vision. You sit in the pit and you just turn out. If Faker missed the Zonia's there too. I mean, you can see it when they're in the pit. It's just so exploitable. If you just play for vision and just control waves for a bit, relax. T1 has the map. So just relax and wait it out. Zeka did not get enough value, by the way. Zeka did not get enough value. I don't care what these casters say. The farming is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. I have no idea how he's doing that. But the amount of resources that the guy's got, he was getting chunked out. Like, here's the thing with these casters, and here's the thing with a lot of these analysts that do this shit. They'll sit here and they'll hype shit up. But in reality, Zeka did not perform in the way that he should be performing. He was getting picked out constantly. Barrel carries the team here, right? Camille, constant pressure, counter pressure on these arrows, constant pressure to end the game. Like, he's playing the guy in the mid game kind of proved my point that Camille is a very, very strong mid-late game threat, and the guy knows how to navigate it. But I do not think for the amount of a lead that Zeka had that he really got enough value. He almost lost that fucking game. So did Camille, but Zeka's value in mid-late game was negligible. Negligible. Like, I'll sit right here and I'll be like, dude, I have no idea how he's getting that farm. I could never do that in a million years with fucking Silas. But when it comes time to rotate to objectives, you can't be getting pushed out before the fight start. You need to keep your health high. You need to get on a fucking flank, and you need to get your way into those fights and actually get the value. You got 10k gold on you. You've got to get the value out of it. Yeah, I think Faker would have gotten value out of an Ari there. I mean, he clearly will pressure in lane anyways with Victor. Why not just do it with Ari? Impossible to put the kill away. Impossible to get caught like he was getting caught. Mid-game, he wouldn't have created a vacuum. He wouldn't have created a vacuum. He created the farm vacuum. He created a positional vacuum because he kept fucking getting picked off randomly. But Ari does fall off very, very hard. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like maybe it's just maybe it falls off too hard and you make your team too exploitable, and that's what he's seeing that I'm not seeing. I always try to respect these guys because I know they know this shit better than I do. To me, it seems like the flaw in the pick that I was saying, I feel like the flaw in the pick was pretty clear to me. However, late game was there. I mean, Faker was there. He just didn't. I don't think he stopwatched the Varus ult, and that's where I think if he stopwatched the Varus ult, the game still floats. Yeah, Kingen was definitely in the.
Really nice play from him.
He figured out before I'd figured out. Like in the game, you could see Kingen was like constantly like baiting these arrows, and he was mentally ready to E every time, every fucking time. That's not a reaction, guys. You're mentally ready to do it. I'm rooting for T1, but I have to give it to Barrel's presence with his Heimerdinger. He is fearless. Feels like he's gonna get caught over and over again. It doesn't. Right? He's constantly there. Deft played to standard as well. Good Varus ult to end that game. Camille had a big presence in a lot of that game. Constantly denying engages. Constantly just being annoying as fuck. This has to go to a game 5. That storyline's too fucking stupid. So they are very happy to... I guess T1 just wants to keep giving up a Silas. He just keeps locking Silas. He's like, yo, I'm getting warm, brother. I'm telling you that I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I feel like you should be banning it. I think that clearly, I don't know. I guess you could counter that, like, he really didn't get that much value with it yet. So you could say, like, they could say, well, yes, he farmed like God here, but he didn't really do much in game 1, and he didn't really do much in game 2. So I'm okay with this, and especially if I get the Azir side of it again. I feel like this type of analysis is the type of stuff that these players are probably doing. Yeah, Quentin, where it's like Faker, Faker's their commander, dude. He's their shot caller. He is the team. The guy is literally he's the lead. So he chooses these bans too. And he probably says like, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that I need to do anything about this yet. I think that this draft, and like I said, these guys, DRX loves these big, beefy, stupid comps. It seems to be their style, right? They love to just go for scaling and then make good choices on objectives. It seems to be what I'm reading, because they went with these types of comps 3 games in a row. Iosic is loving Viego. He's like, put me on it. Silas getting spammed, right? Kingen running Ornn this time. Not so much of a melee bruiser, but still a melee. Still gonna get in your face. Oh, timer. We'll go at 1 minute.
The bot lane matchup
53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 1 minute. 101, 102, 103. We're at a 1 minute delay.
Defensive ward from DRX behind their red though, trying to see if there was any attempt at getting that invade.
DRX show themselves on the entrance. Owners being a bit careful. They should know that there's a ward. And Gumayushi's playing with lethal tempo, so I expect him to go more towards an on-hit Varus build. We won't see a poke Varus come out. Normally you see things like Comet and Hail of Blades in that instance.
And it makes so much more sense this game, right? You don't want to have lethality versus the Ornn. You want to be able to chunk through the front line.
Graves with kind of a late start.
We're going to have a top side start here for both of our junglers, which goes exactly like what you guys were expecting. Attention on the bottom lane. Junglers want to be pathing down here to see if they can interfere with this and make something happen.
And there's a commitment here of Zeus. Strong leash on the blue buff for Owner as well. So
Now here we go. Faker versus Silas again.
Also gets the stronger leash. Will be accelerated.
Probably getting tired of seeing this chain swinging dickhead.
I'm curious what Piosik decides to do. He's on Red Raptors. He's going to move towards bot side. Does he do a camp and gank mid and try to relieve pressure on Faker? That ward on the bot side jungle could help him look for an invade.
Alrighty, as we see how the lanes are going, remember to make sure to grab the exclusive Very Nasus Much Wow emote from Prime Gaming by connecting your League of Legends account with your Prime account. As Kingen has the push here in top side, Gumayushi and Keria have it in bottom, and Faker and Zeka are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I would hypothesize that
Now T1 bot lane has full prio here, and Graves is matching.
Pushing here with the Varus Karma means that it's so hard to fight over the bottom side Scuttle Crab, and it would be a little bit dangerous.
And Piosik going for an early.
Piosik walking right past it. He's going to wait here in the brushes. Keria and Guma are staying up. Piosik with a flash engage. It doesn't matter if they knew he was...
Oh, wow, the trade.
Blood, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Barrel now trying to get away. Should be fine. The DRX killer instinct still comes out on top.
Great first blood for Deft. You have to wonder if Gumayushi, he should have known that something like that was
It's a good first blood for Deft, but he's down 10 CS already.
I think this is actually good for T1.
Yep.
Look at his CS
it's
now.
really good for T1 still. It's not that bad for T1.
Summoner spells from DRX just for a heal for Gumayushi.
Yeah, T1, they saw him coming. They had the information.
Keria forces a smite, and you can see Faker definitely has the edge in this matchup. Able to bully the Silas, but Zeka just doesn't miss farm, bro. I mean, straight up.
Did not quite catch it. And T1 are saying, get over here, Graves, right now. These are the comms. We're going to outplay him. But Piosik was so quick with the flash. Guma did not react to it, and they just stand and they want to trade 1-for-1 instead. And with the ignite going down, Keria gets the last hit there for the takedown.
That was nuts.
Instead, though, the wave meant a lot there as they're able to push it in, and they did get the kill.
Yeah, kill gold in DRX's favor, but wave states and summoner's blown is in T1's favor. So I think they'll be pretty happy with that kill, and it's a Keria which isn't the best, but can help in the early lane phase, has the early amp zone to try to poke them down. So now this wave state, we'll see how DRX plays it out, and we'll see what Piosik does to try to help the bottom side of the map. Owner actually hasn't done his red buff yet, so he's probably going to move his way down there. And should be first, but DRX facing a lot of vision disadvantage here. Pink ward, double ward in the river, including the crab. Another pink ward, they need to clear all
now.
They do have Callista's little ghost
at the moment,
around, trying to keep an eye on everything. Piosik throwing out his own Krugs on the other side of the map. Owner finally going to pick up
at the moment, Graves just taking the red.
At level 5, so we're getting close to that critical point where the ultimates are going to come online. Remember, there's no arrows or anything this time around to be stealing away there for Zeka, but he does have some incredibly powerful...
Yeah, the timer is the same, except with the 1 minute delay.
With a full AP ratio, can wreck a team fight.
And on the bottom lane, you see the power of the Varus Karma nullifying this Callista pick. That poke from Keria with the Comet coming through. And
this battle at top, two monkeys.
Forcing Deft and Barrel back towards their own side. Slow pushing wave here. When you slowly stack like this, T1 are actually creating their own mini objective, building up a big minion wave to then either bring Owner for a dive or force more losses from DRX.
And this is just going to be series breaking, really, isn't it? This is DRX's response to the Varus. If this doesn't work, then it's going to really suck when they go back towards red side. If this does go to a game 5, they need to break the Varus first pick and show that they have an answer right now, struggling. DRX normally like to start up these early Drakes. Owner knows.
Yeah, dude, Kallista's getting murked in farm right now. This isn't working.
Both junglers also on the same
47 CS to 19. This is tragic.
So nobody has the enchanted smite yet. Nobody's really close.
All right.
Yoshik going to throw down some of that mist as he'll move forward, look to clear out a control ward. But with the lane control for Gumayushi and Keria, they are going to be able to keep that control.
Now, Faker and Silas a break-even lane. There's a bot lane gap happening right now. I don't really know what this is. Already getting the CS doubled, even though Kalista has the double CS, or has the first blood. So I don't really know what's going on. And Zeka needs to do something.
Ballooning because of all that bottom lane attention. Zeka trying to solve some of the problem himself as well, though. Reaching level 6 onto the Silas with the flash play as well.
That's the power of the mid push. Yes, you might lose 3v3 or 2v2, but if you have that extra number that can hover down, it just means it's very hard for them to push out the wave. They're going to use everything they have there at T1 bot lane on the wave. So
now, this is very, very strange. DRX trying to force this dragon down.
Plus, you gotta love having Kalista for these neutral objectives. The extra power of the Rend plus Smite combo to work together and be able to take those down. Def knows that this is uncontested. He doesn't even have to stay there, so they can give that one over to Yoshik to Smite secure, and Def can make his way back down to the bottom lane to farm up as many minions as he can.
And you can see DRX's commitment to the game plan. Commitment to their...
I just don't know, man. This is not looking good.
More CS off of Def.
I don't know what the fuck happened on bot lane wave state wise. I'd have to go back and watch it. But this is not good.
One red buff, one crab, kind of the payment there.
Jungle and bot lane getting off to a great start here for T1. Mid lane's been very quiet, top lane as well. It's the next Herald that'll really decide how this early game pans out. 30 seconds on the spawn. Zeka, the ult was timing out, just gonna push the wave with it. Can't catch Faker. And let's keep our eyes on Def and Beryl here because they're going to move towards this top side. Great body slam there by Zeus to interrupt the knockup, but it's going to be a 5v5 around this Herald, and Gumayushi is still on the bot side of the map. How much can T1 get for this Herald? Does DRX just take the Herald and use it top, try to funnel everything into Deft?
Obviously, DRX gets dragged for free.
Seven-man fight at the Herald, but it resulted in the eyeball being
now T1's going to have their go at an objective.
I want to see both sides ready for a fight here, ready for a big engagement.
Zeus finds a quick poke onto Pyosik.
They are keeping Guma and Keria bottom, so it's going to be a hard push for T1 towards bottom tower plates. Just give up this Rift Herald and see how much money you can get off the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Owner also counter jungling off the...
Very, very strange macro choices happening. Bot lane's just giving away bot side pressure. And now they're thinking about diving Kingen. Zeka's rotating down.
Clear out the wave as Owner's gonna get jumped on. Zeka's ready to go. Owner with the dash back over the wall. He'll stay.
So good little macro dancing happening here. DRX's bot lane is looking very, very sus at the moment in this game. Whatever this play is to go Kalista, Renata is not looking very strong.
Okay, Barrel. Okay, Deft. Let's see how much money you can get up here against Zeus' Gragas. At bottom lane, the plates are still just being hammered by Gumayushi and Keria as T1 winning.
Now it's Gragas' turn to defend a dive.
DRX make the dive happen. Gragas would be the target, and he's a pretty tanky guy. Yoshi's going to step forward here, connects with the Spectral Maw.
Zeus just tanks the stun and says, fuck that.
To not die here. All they got to do is take down plate number 3. The Herald will be able to finish off the last 2. Deft and Barrel, that's not quite enough. Nope. It will not die to this.
They can't get the tower.
The charge, there it goes, okay. The turret's still standing. Zeus, however,
Zeus defending is... Zeus defending was a little strange.
So heavily on trying to deny the turret that he gives up his life, then DRX aren't done.
Oh, but bottom side, it's T1 also trying.
I don't know what Zeus was doing there.
We're still 4 minutes away from plates dropping. It's not like these things are going to become squishier anytime soon. Yoshik will grab the crowd as Owner makes his way into the top side river. Yoshik should just be able to get over the wall there. Has to use flash to do it, though.
Ultimate on cooldown, had to use it to kill Zeus. T1 still pressuring this bot side. No jungler or mid hovering. Kingen has no ultimate either. T1 really want to get this bot tower, but no ultimate on Gumayushi. Might need to take a base soon. Has a lot of gold in his inventory. Overall, slightly even, but T1 favored.
I think T1 is going to get this bot tower.
They get the tower.
Oh, almost. They get it. And Kingen has to flash away as well.
Definitely T1 favorite then.
Yeah, huge amount of money on Guma.
Yeah, I think right now this is bad news, man. I feel for T1 here. Or I feel for DRX. I mean, this is not good. Game 3 start. Some sort of tragic macro error that's outside of my pay grade just happened. Right? Either they picked Kalista Renata thinking that it was going to play better than it was, or they didn't account for this lane, or whatever happened with the death down bot lane with the way that the wave state went. They basically had to go swap the top, take the rift, and try to get the gold onto Kalista so that Kalista has some scaling. But the problem is now Kalista's going to be fucking useless because Kalista's already down like 700 gold. So Guma Yushi's got a way better champion going into the mid game. Kalista's an early game champ. Kalista's not supposed to be losing lanes. So this is terrible. This is a terrible scenario.
Will spot it out. They don't have vision on Guma Yushi, so they have to catch the wave. And like you talked about, push in bots, move towards river. Faker has mid push. Zeus is first and has TP. DRX are gonna have to give this up.
Well, the silver lining for DRX is that this is the second Drake of the game, and they got the first. So T1 will not be fast.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. This game is a disaster. Early game wise, it's a disaster. A disaster game. This is out, like I said, it's out of my pay grade, and I'm secure enough into myself to admit that.
No E2 means he won't be able to follow it up with the stolen shuffle. Carry is hanging around nearby, as are Pioshik and Barrel. Faker with the flash away. Zeka with the flash follow to throw Faker back into his own team. But now Zeka stands alone. He'll try to get himself away, and Barrel provides covering fire. Zeka with a re-engage back after Carry.
Ooh, good pop.
Will finally time the arrow of Gumayushi. Now you gotta look at Zeus, who there's just not enough damage to take him down. It's mid for mid.
Mid for mid, 1 for 1.
Pioshik is trying to get away behind enemy lines. Another engage comes out here in mid. Gumayushi with the chains of corruption.
Ooh, Guma, no, you can't miss that.
Deft comes out of the arrow, and Gumayushi is punished. The bailout will not save Kingen. It is another 1-for-1. Barrel and Deft ready to fight back. As Oda gets shunned up. There's the maul. There's the kill.
I don't know what Guma was doing. Guma just massive misplay. Massive misplay.
He ran into the enemy jungle and hid there, lying in wait, choosing his time correctly to strike. He takes down Owner. They get the extra kill for DRX in that scramble.
And he came back for revenge.
Guma made a huge error. Huge error. Huge error. Huge error. Huge error.
So it took T1 so much time to get him down that the rest of DRX arrived. Great land of a skill shot here by Zeka. Faker can't get the sidestep. They both push each other back, but Faker dies fast because Pioshik can dash over the wall with his ultimate. Zeka kites into the hostile takeover. Looks like he's gonna live. And as Zeus comes down, he re-engages on Keria. And here with the barrel, he's gonna live. But it's just Gumayushi's last auto attack that finds that kill. But by the time he falls, the rest of DRX arrives.
Exactly. And then
Now Guma's flash was not
all the way over here. Only now starting to run, and Pioshik in the minimap cancels this recall.
This was really disgusting.
As soon as this fight starts again, goes in for it.
It's the overchase, actually, isn't it? Gumayushi tries to get Kingen down, and Deft arrives in time.
It's so unnecessary by Guma. Unnecessary. Just strangle, bro. This is the world's, bro.
Pioshik stays around. They land the stun. They get the kill.
The patience out of Pioshik there.
Ooh, big engage from Zeus. Tries to find the Kalista.
A little hostile takeover, a really good disengage. But Kingen and Deft still got to get the hell out of town. Pioshik and Zeka, in the meantime, have taken the second Herald of the game.
Yeah, that was an incredibly big cooldown here. The flash off Gragas, the Gragas flash engage used onto Deft. They only got the cleanse.
Game's getting messy again.
Secured for T1 there. And remember, Zeus is the last piece of this composition. He is the critical playmaker. It has to be the Gragas. And without the flash, those big surprise plays.
Faker, no flash.
Here comes the Ornhorn, finds the knockup. Zeka with a little bit of follow-up CC, but that turret standing at 2% health saves Faker's life.
Yeah, Zeka didn't have the ult up in time to take Faker's, and I think he thought he was going to get pushed back if he went in. Don't know if you had information on Owner either, but they force Faker back, and their objective is to...
The series is live, boys.
Last few minutes, DRX have been winning the skirmishes, and these kills on Deft have negated the gold lead that Gumayushi had from the plates in the tower.
Yeah, so a little bit of small advantages now as DRX looking like Zeka pushing on top side. 2 hits, 1 hit even will finish that tower off.
Faker looking a lot more confident in the farming game here on Azir.
Number 2 for their push. Ideally, they could try and get a setup here for mid to push down that mid tower and allow them much more control of Summoner's Rift.
The Umbral Glaive on the Graves, obvious first item. They go for it every time. Owner working on that Gore Drinker there for the second to give him that ability to jump into this largely melee team and just be a threat. Meanwhile, on the other side, 2-0 and 2 for Piotrix Viego in his 3rd game of 3 playing it in this series.
Yeah, specifically that Glaive turning off the vision and finding wards combined with a zombie ward talent there from Owner leads to this balloon and vision score, so that he's got even more than the supports.
Yeah. Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. Gold is
All right, now if you're T1, we've got a dragon on the spawn.
Each other, DRX and T1. Normally T1 at 14 towards 20 minutes. They have a 1 to 2,000 gold lead. In this series, DRX have held their own.
Not gonna lie to you, Gragas no flash.
Or normally ahead, so DRX testing midwaves. Dragon in 15, Joseph.
I'm not in love with it.
Out, but I think with Zeus being in the pit, they're just going to start it up as it spawns.
And one big difference here with the AD carries, it's fully completed Rage Blade to just...
I'm surprised. I feel like T1 doesn't have much power over this dragon, but
And that's the power of the farm lead. That's the power
they need to be careful with. We've already seen that DRX is very, very good at playing into these funnels. They love these comps.
T1 didn't start the dragon, so DRX could just push this mid wave in and look to try to herald to force and engage.
Ornhorn's ready to go. However, they aren't going to find what they're looking for.
Ooh, Kingan gets bursted down.
Won't save them. T1 are just ready to respawn and outplay. Barrel continues.
Huge ult.
A lot of threat. The Berserk down on the unkillable Demon King, and he dies here today. Zeka looking to keep the charge.
Huge counter ult by Barrel.
4v5 have already found 2. Zeus looks like a pin cushion as Death may have overreached.
Ooh! Barrel's living with very little health here.
Against all the odds,
Faker uncharacteristically getting picked off in mid.
Find a way through, and they somehow seem to pull it off. Faker going a little bit too deep there, despite getting the kill onto King, and Deft and Barrel living on a slither of
Now I can't tell if Faker does have TP.
Faker, who steps too far forward and gets punished immediately from DRX.
Zeka takes away the Varus ult. Drake's still up. Faker's just TP back towards the bot lane. Everyone's running in for round 2. They don't want to give this objective up. DRX's Herald is timing out soon, so Piotrix will place it in mid. Gumayushi needs to clear out the wave. No ultimate up just yet. For T1, only Zeus's.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your eyes on Zeus. His flash is back for the Gragas, so he's going to be looking for the engage on Deft.
Yeah, Zeus is absolutely going to have to try to find a pick here.
Needs to join the fight soon. He's clearing out bot wave, but Zeus might just force it.
Piotrix is caught here. Has to flash out.
He's all right, but no ulti, no flash on the jungler. T1 with control over the mid lane. Zeka steals the chains, finds a little damage. Owner chunk to half.
Now it feels like T1's winning these ARAM battles. And you see how fast Kingan gets shredded. He gets absolutely shredded. If the fights, basically if Kingan gets it engaged, but he doesn't get it done quick, he's going to get shredded.
It's only second Drake of the game for T1. Or is it?
All right, here's the pit fight, but T1's able to space out, trying to engage on Gragas. Gragas is not the guy you want to engage on. Piotrix has no flash, and they know it, but Faker sneaks out of that engage.
Barrel almost kills the unkillable Demon King. That could have been a huge swing in favor of DRX with Baron spawning in 10, but he just gets out.
Faker, true to his name this time around, survives the engage. Here's a look at how it all started, though. On to Guma, and then it was the...
Whoa, the fight's still going on. On blue buff.
trying to do something here, but he ain't gonna find it. 30
Owner gets picked on his blue buff.
Jungler respawns. Mid lane tier 1 gonna die now too.
I don't think they
The recap and the fucking game's going on.
Well, they have no wards left. They're just gonna take a base with that pick, but DRX's pace of the game is so quick. T1 are struggling to keep up. They're playing Varus and Azir, and they want to scale with these somewhat immobile carries, whereas DRX just want to keep the skirmishes going with Kalista and Sylas.
Yep, this short-range team from DRX wanting to try and dogpile onto T1, finding some scrappy plays for themselves.
And we've talked so much about how DRX has this edge versus Graves, where you have Pioshik willing to lock Kindred against it. But Pioshik's confidence with the Viego into the Graves, into this matchup.
Now you have to remember that even though T1's down a 1k gold, they've got 2 drags here. They got a drag lead.
Honestly,
And they do have the scaling.
on this pick, making it look good as T1 group is 4 to push down mid lane.
Here's a big engage coming from Ornn. Nope.
Ornn ulti's not going to find anything but the wave. Faker and Gumayushi having to back up a little bit. Zeus on the flank, but there's no wave, there's no play.
The last couple of games we've been seeing carry tops, which means you have also side laners. This game is tank, so it's a lot of grouping, a lot of fights. Zeka will root up Owner, who will dash away, and it just turns into this 5v5.
T1 definitely, like I said, they have the ARAM lead. Kalista is not a great champion mid to late game. Kalista needs to dominate lane. That didn't happen. So now we're going to be playing out a real game.
Especially, but it's all about the timing of the engage for DRX.
Barrel gets caught in sides, the confidence catching up to him.
They wanted to use hostile takeover on an overcommitment, but T1 read the play, and T1 are 5v4.
Yeah, you can see the angle Barrel was looking for, right? The surprise ultimate over the top because they need a split-second engage. But Owner jumps on him, knows he has no flash from the last.
Owner finds a very nice pick.
Trying to throw spells at T1 to try to force a fight, but T1 aren't getting sucked into it. An Ornald comes out, they back away. A hostile takeover.
Now you're seeing this comp, right? You're seeing T1 kind of like the comp is explaining itself over time. So basically, every single time that DRX wants to engage, every single champion in this comp can take care of itself. The only champion that can't is Varus, and Varus's range is always really safe. Right? Graves can save himself. Azir can save himself. Karma, really good at saving herself. Gragas can save himself and save the team and engage. You've got a lot of control. The unit of 5 can move together, and as long as they don't get picked, they can control the space.
Looking for that play, despite there was a pink on the ward. Owner gets the kill onto
Wow, great editing by the team there.
Second dragon, sorry. They keep forcing these engages. Kingen will be fine. Barrels around. Piosik's taking a base. We'll see if Zeka tries.
Now
to
you've got
tower.
a free tower top side. This is starting to get a little dicey for DRX. I'm starting to feel the game swing.
They're going to build T1 back up to a very modest gold lead, but Zeka's about to get
T1's really coming into their composition now.
Stay around for too long. Once this tower dies, Zeka can TP in and they can look for the 5v5.
Zeka is TPing. Big fight's about to break out. T1's got to get the fuck out of here.
They're getting juggled around a lot, but Faker's alone. Pioshik finds
Faker's alone, gets caught. The TP goes down. It's 1 kill. Not a huge pick yet.
T1 grouping back up in the top side. They know their opponents may be looking for the Baron.
30 seconds on Faker. He has TP. Does DRX start Baron? Beryl has no flash, no ultimate. Zeka has the shuffle though. He has no flash, but he's looking for T1 lying in wait. They know he's there. They have started it up. T1 need to find a response soon. 15 seconds on Faker.
T1.
DRX forcing a Baron down. And they have the Kalista. This is scary for T1.
Ready to try to fight, ready to try to steal. Barrel at 200 HP. Baron at 4.
Well, Owner can go for a steal here.
Ready to use the stolen ulti. He throws Owner away.
He steals it.
It's stolen by Owner in a hero moment. The shutdown of the ocean. And T1 get it done. Hot pursuit.
Owner,
Barrel
no.
died of Faker.
That is so gross.
Entire world holds their breath watching. Owner steals the Baron away from the Rend.
Oh, man.
He does it again. He stole the dragon. He steals the Baron. Owner smites are sick.
DRX though, Kingen might be.
Oh no, Kingen gets caught. They're falling apart.
Nicely done from
They're falling
Kingen
apart.
and Zeus.
Oh no.
Just gonna give him another as DRX crumble around the smite steal.
T1 are running away with it now. That's 4 kills despite losing Faker at the start and DRX forcing that Baron. Owner is showing up in this series with the smites against Kalista and the smites from Piosik. They didn't time it properly and he sneaks his way in despite Zeka trying his best to keep him out.
I'm just so sad for him.
Goodness. All right, Piosik fishing around. They want to make something?
They might just find it. Piosik flashing out of the Azir ulti, staying alive. But man, this game went from neck and neck.
Oh no.
T1 stepping on DRX. There is no way
I can't believe this.
This damn good.
This steal
Flash.
from Owner could be one of the defining factors that makes him win his first
Disgusting.
World Championship.
Absolutely disgusting.
To the one on Dragon. Zeka this time steals away Azir ult. He pushes
How
him
did
away.
he get it?
And he just flashes over the Azir wall. Still gets
How does
in
he even
there.
get it?
Always talk about syncing up the timing. Picking a number with your Kalista. We smite and rend at whatever, 1500, 1800. But Owner gets in there right in between.
That's
flashing over the
wild.
Azir wall, actually insane stuff under high pressure.
A lot of people talk about if T1 win here, it's Faker's 4th, but it's also the first and the beginning of such a strong legacy for players like Owner and Zeus. Keria and Gumayushi so young with such a long career ahead of them. This could be the first step.
I'm still just, I'm speechless. It looks so secured. It looked good. It looked good for DRX. I can't even be mad at him. I mean, people are like, oh, I go for Baron. I mean, he looks strong on Baron. They have Viego. They have the fucking Kalista. Zeus gets caught, but it doesn't matter. This is looking real bad for DRX. DRX is probably... DRX is in trouble, boys. They're going to get sieged on repeat here.
Yeah, Baron buff wave coming in.
They're going to get sieged. They have no Ornn ult.
Zeka needs to take a Gragas ult or something along those lines if they want to fight this. Giving it up is not the end of the world either. Takes the Varus ult. Does he decide to throw it out, or does he hold on to it till the next couple waves come in on mid lane?
Zeus, nice buffer by Gragas.
There with the chains. Locking them up with the Everfrost now too, but they got to be careful. You don't want to engage on the big man, and that means one inhibitor.
Yeah, I don't like...
That Baron that Owner started.
I should say, I don't hate DRX's play. I think they just get outplayed there. It should be a Baron. It should be a Baron. They should have it. It should be DRX game 3 here.
Like T1, but everyone just started calling him an Owner instead, and that became his name.
You know what I mean?
Full respect.
Like, it should be. I don't understand how they throw there. It must just be a choke.
That one smite just turns the entire tide of the way the jungle role has been playing out.
You've got the Rend, you've got the smite. You're right where you want to be.
Oh, Piosik, I don't think this is where you should be, buddy. Zeus on the chase. Piosik still trying to get away. Juggled back by the Gragas ulti. And it should be nothing but the cleanup here. Faker gets a kill.
Rough.
5v4 for 40 seconds for T1.
T1 will break open this top inhibitor. You have to
Can't believe it.
DRX could use the Ornn ult to try to clear out the way.
T1 gets a bailout. I don't know how they got a bailout on this one. But it's nerves, man. You choke under pressure. This is a high pressure game. Owner clutch the fuck up, man. Faker even making some uncharacteristic missteps positionally in this previous game and this game. But at the end of the day, there's some deaths that are, like I've been saying, there's some mistakes that are just more costly than others.
Choose their moment so wisely to go all in. They have to wait for Piosik to revive, and then you find a flank with Zeka. He's got teleport right now, or an ultimate, and fully commit to the play. That's why they felt so pressured. You can see it from their
You've got to, you can't, the stakes are so real. They have to know how big of a deal it is to miss a smite with fucking Rend.
To a Baron play, and they think they've got the advantage with the Rend, but not the case, and they have to pull out an amazing one now.
They do, and it comes down to this Dragon.
This Dragon fight, they will contest it. They have very little chance of winning. I said it in the first game. I'll say it again. Here, this game, it looks really, really heavily favored to T1. I say less than 5% chance here. Very, very tragic. Very, very tragic misplay at Baron. It's not what you want to see, a DRX fan.
stepping up, dashes away. See Deft trying to push out this bot wave so they can find their way into this river. But T1
If you told me moments ago that T1 would ever lose a or ever get that Baron, I would have told you. I probably would have reversed it. I probably would have said it was like maybe 10% of the time T1 steals Baron, but it happened. It happened, and now you're fucking doomed. If you're DRX, you're like nearly doomed.
Barrel is zoned away from the rest of the team, but he might be able to find a takeover angle. Owner again looking for that Renata, looking for the opportunity to blow him up. A TP's coming in, but it's coming in pretty late. They try to go in.
Lucky steal, lucky steal. But now you guys got to win.
They're gonna find a ton of damage. Owner's focused down.
Oh, Owner misplayed.
But he ain't gonna live long.
Biosic, he steals it back for DRX. They get the objective bounty shutdown, and then Owner ultimate the wrong way.
Yeah, Owner made a big mistake. Oh shit, they could go for Baron here. Now, here we go. This is the crazy counter throw, okay? Check it out. This is scary stuff for DRX. DRX is still fighting uphill. Big uphill battle. They have to get the Baron and get out. It's not going to be easy. Lots of poke coming down. Counter engage onto Faker. Faker gets shut down. Zekker goes down to Baron, though. This is a huge mess. Huge mess. Lots of pressure. T1's got him in the back pocket. And the steal comes down. That's it. Mad. What a fucking mad game. And poor Zekker, man. Zekker, what are you doing?
Are you kidding me? Scuba does it again. He did it last time with the Varus snipe. Empowered Varus snipe.
Zekker, what are you doing? Faker's gonna say, give this dude Silas all day, brother. How is Zekker out? Killed by Baron. There's no way. Doesn't matter. It's over. Man.
Barrel is knocked back. Kingen trying to frontline this, but T1 knows what they gotta go for. They're looking for the next.
Jesus, I'm taking a pic. I can't believe this shit. So basically, right now, Fiora has full prio up top. Full prio. Fiora is dominant in this top side. Absolutely dominant. If you don't make a mistake, in which these guys won't, jungler can't do anything. You're free reign to parry all game long top side. I give the comp to T1. Biosic was put in a really tough spot, and I mean, the only thing that DRX has the bot lane favored, but that's about it. Oh, I didn't sync. Hold on, let me sync. My bad, guys. I'm still new to this. We'll sync at 2 minutes. I'll count down. Just so you guys know, my clock's at 110. Big game here. I do want T1 to win. I'm biased. At least I tell you. I want T1 to win this. The Fiora Sejuani synergy. Yo, we talked about that in our fucking VOD review. The Fiora match. The VOD review. This is very scary.
Steps up a little bit too far, but he's not going to do it. Training on top, that's where both junglers want to focus. Very, very snowbally in terms of if the Fiora gets ahead.
Good job of Kingen right there. You can see his movement. He hugs the wall, hiding that vital, that procs for the Fiora in it so that Zeus can't get the better trade.
Faker at 200 HP here early on, playing the melee into the range. That's the early laning phase. You trade your health as a resource to guarantee that you're able to get this farm. Dorian's shield plus potions going to allow him to weather that storm with the most grace possible.
There is no pressure at all on Fiora. She literally is sitting on fleet. She went fleet, dude. I don't know. You don't even have to go fleet. Couldn't she just go grasp? Like, fuck you need fleet for? I guess it's the logic I had in solo queue when I died to Aatrox. If you fuck up, fleet will cover your ass. Let it. I guess it makes it easy for you to kite the queues too.
Now running back towards top as quickly as he can, because if Owner peeks his head up there, Barrel.
Ooh, Barrel goes in aggressively, but the flash isn't going to get him a lot.
The flash didn't get a lot of value. Gumayushi going on Barrel.
Barrel's at 200 HP. Barrel tries to get away. Deft is at 100. Carry has low. Deft is going to block the bailout.
Oh, Carrier wants the fucking World's Cup, bro.
And Carrier do it again. This T1 bottom lane on point, but now junglers meet mid.
Junglers both here. Faker at 200 HP. T1 can't take it any further, but the T1 bottom lane
the return to glory after falling short at MSI, trying to reclaim that title of top bot lane in the world, and they're showing off.
Owner has the level lead here. There's my Maokai with phase rush. Told you, Maokai with phase rush was the truth, wasn't it?
So much throughout summer with Guma taking bad trades or dashing too far forwards in lane, which just hurts their 2v2. But it's this time where they get the advantage up against DRX. I love to see the replay here because I think Guma usually dashes out of vision to stop Deft from getting the kill. And I want to see Keria silence towards the end. I think he silenced Deft on his Q to get the kill. So, Guma Yushi and Keria. Beryl doesn't get the connect.
They take the 2-on-2. They battle it. What a confident 2v2.
Deft tells him to just run straight into them. He loses vision on Guma here. And I think Keria silence just about pulls it off to stop the Q from landing.
Just barely. And Guma runs all the way around.
Wow.
The alcove out of
That's a big deal, guys. Varus hasn't really been losing bot lane yet, and they pulled it off.
All summoners also blown on the bottom side of the map.
Good mind games by Faker to stop the back.
As much as you really want to focus on the top triangle of the map, now bottom lane fighting this aggressively, so volatile with 0 summoners left, the junglers are attracted.
Josic has flash. Could just flash root someone here.
Pyosic is definitely thinking about an engage. There's no sums.
Away from DRX. They've got significantly more minions. So
And if T1 understands that they're in a compromised position, yeah.
Still on the top side of the map, now making his way down through their own bottom side jungle. So that means they just have to wait, play it safe, play it cool, clear out the wave. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Pyosic hasn't based yet. He's gonna recall now and pick up those boots. A little bit behind Owner on the clear speed in terms of responding to
Now,
plays.
obviously, bad news for DRX. Bot lane going in favor of T1 early.
Spotted by the ward, which will be swept away. DRX, no flashes in
It's not
combat.
good
Very
news.
careful.
Fiora's getting that farm lead upstairs. Faker's got the counter matchup in mid, eventually. Good counter matchup.
But Owner not losing out on any camps as he does it. Dragon spawning, control ward placed as well, and now he's just hovering her down.
He's thinking, Owner's thinking about going all in here. He still has flash. Beryl doesn't have it.
Deft here, and I think he will die on top of a silence, but Owner is calling it off. They don't have vision on Pyosic just yet. They might spot him on the entrance towards topside, but Top Crab is spawning. And once they spot him, they'll realize that this dragon is free.
And there it is, exactly as you say. Owner making his way over to that one. Q3 from Kingen. Zeus
That trade
in
sucks.
trouble, but still manages to walk it back.
Oh, I've been in this position before. Zeus is in a tough spot. I have made this mistake before.
Boost and teleport both available for Zeus if he can get back.
Now he runs his biscuit right away, and then Faker's coming over.
His way up to top as the dragon goes down for
Faker's
T1.
thinking about contesting.
Zeus got the fleet footwork heal off of tapping Pyosic, so able to sustain under his tower, and now the bottom side with Owner.
Uh-oh, no sums on bot lane. This is bad news.
They're ready to try to fight back, but DRX are 2v3.
Ooh.
Will not fall, and DRX.
They almost lose anyways. Dude, Renata Varus is real.
Deft had heal in that exchange, and he could use it before the bailout. Either way, they don't get the reset. He dodges the Sejuani Q, which is pixel perfect, but they can't trade in the 2v3. They knew Owner was bot side, and they still felt confident enough to take that fight. T1 come away with 2 kills onto Keria.
Yeah.
They got a Giga Soraka. We got a Giga Soraka, boys. Expect tier 2 boots.
Well, huge stuff for T1.
Oh, I lied.
In this game.
No tier 2 boots.
What they need.
It's one of those things where the bailout might be expiring, so maybe that's why he didn't use the heal. So we'll look at this one again. Owner's there. I think Flash Q comes in, and Deft doesn't actually flash.
Ah, Deft was nasty with it.
Bailout comes onto Deft. He has to heal up, but he chooses not to use it. Maybe that extra auto weaved in would have made it a 1-for-1.
Yeah, Owner are a little scared there of the handshake to come out, I believe, too, to knock him in. So he flashed out, and then the
I don't think Deft even expected that he would get that close.
not able to get it.
And that's probably why he didn't heal.
Now it's T1 again, first to the objective. They already took first Drake for themselves, and now they'll look to take first Herald. Kingan's nearby.
King, and you can't do anything, buddy.
But no other DRX bodies are even close, so they can't really do a whole lot to keep fighting for this. Kingen wants to keep these guys nearby. The Maokai ulti's not going to find anybody just yet. Zeus continues running. The little sapling.
No,
yes,
nothing.
he's enchanted by the brush, but he can't catch up in time. So T1, they get what they came for, and they get back out. Now Zeus.
Oh, Zeus is going for an all-in here.
Here with a grand challenge.
And here's the Sejuani, and they know they win. They know the sync up is huge, and the parry. Ooh. Kingen.
Will outplay. Kingen still looking to keep the fight going a little bit further, but he's got to be careful. He'll look for Carrier.
You got Carrier here.
Where's Q3? Flash coming out from Carrier.
Scary stuff, this Aatrox problem. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not liking the fleet take, man.
Uses both summoners in that fight. Owner dies. That Q3 flash from Kingen was insane to turn that fight.
Incredible stuff for him to be able to pull it out, and DRX needed that to get leverage back in this game as well on those support roam timers.
Faker dodges the Azir ult in mid.
It's all right. He's chilling. He's chilling.
Good dodge, good dodge. He's still got it. Still has the reaction speed. Meanwhile, bottom side left alone because of that top side commitment.
Now,
on the support
even though that the Aatrox managed to outplay, Maokai got the kill. Maokai is not a big threat in these types of comp games. It's not where you want the gold to be.
The DRX actually found success in was in this 2v3. They've been taking a lot of fights at numbers disadvantages. They've been arriving late to these objectives, but that one kill will help them out a little bit. Kingen lost his flash, so has to be very careful. Sejuani if you're a really good setup. Zeka.
Come on, guys. We got to root for Faker here. Come on.
We're very surprised to see
We need this guy to win this game. It's right in his face. The dude's got to win. It's such an amazing story. He's got to win, boys.
Yeah, and then the last game we just saw T1 utilizing the Azir plus the Varus range advantage for later very effectively.
I'm surprised this 2v2 actually went in favor of DRX, by the way. I really feel that Fleet was a bit of a weak choice. Conqueror probably would have won it out.
Talking about as the game plan with that top side triangle. Now, the Rift Herald still has half the timer left. Remember, it's Zeus who picked it up, so it's not like Owner can walk this thing around anywhere on the map. As Barrel goes into the hostile takeover, it hits both, as Gumayushi could now be in
Gumayushi had to flash out. Big dive coming on Fiora.
Dive goes out top. Zeus barely staying alive.
Oh.
The kill. Piyoshik gets away with a flash.
Fiora, what's going on up there, dude?
Are ready to go.
The mechanics on both side lane plays from the RX were beautiful. Barrel preemptively hostile takeovers in Gumayushi's direction, knowing he'll use the Fate's Call, and then Kingen dodges that Fiora W to the side so perfectly. Both side lanes, a lot of fighting, and despite being behind, the RX are putting up a fight.
And it means top side gets really far ahead here for Kingen. Turret plates taken off for this Aatrox, even without getting the killing blows onto Zeus. He's really
Maokai's got 2 kills now. Big Giga Maokai. Maokai, boys. You need to understand, though. Soraka's got some scaling, homies. Yeah, I don't like how Zeus is playing this matchup. It's easy for me to talk shit, but like, I feel like this is this could be going a lot more smoothly for him. I would have loved to just see. I would love to see him just go Grasp or even Conqueror. Take either side, either the super safe side. Like Fleet doesn't feel that safe to me. A Grasp with a bunch of tanks. Now Faker just takes the level lead here, and he's getting to mid game, which is scary.
Looks like it'll crash, and Kingen is going to stop it. He'll turn around here. I think Kingen might be able to take this down before it crashes.
No.
That can be denied. T1 starting the Dragon Roll. Meanwhile, it's a 4v4.
Really nicely done from Kingen, but now what about the team fight here in the bottom lane? They're going in. They found a lot of damage, but they won't find the kill just yet. Now Gumayushi's going to be popped, and Barrel, he's not traded back.
Baker's in.
Taking some damage. Faker trying to go in and find his way through the smoke. Now he's going to run. He's trying to get out, but
he's caught.
Will find him, and DRX will win across the Rift.
They're doing it. The perennial underdogs. DRX.
Yeah.
They kill the Raptor.
Faker did not get much value out of the Akali roam there.
They get the sweep from Zeka into the ultimate from Deft, sniping the kill.
2 kills over to Deft as well. They don't have anything else to follow up with. They've got bot side vision. They got an extra 2 kills. They got the Dragon. T1 are the ones to pull the trigger. But look at the communication from DRX. Instantly, Zeka jumps across to the bot lane. Deft is off to the side. Great Varusel. T1 has
good team fight by T1.
But it backfires as he goes in. He has no tools to escape. The dashes aren't far enough, and Piosik finds it.
Beautiful.
The unlucky bush.
Right through the heart.
The Maokai is very solid.
Pulled in and killed on top of it.
Tragic for T1.
Are not done with Worlds 2022.
And the beautiful stop in the top lane as well by Kingen to absolutely halt any sort of a cross map with the Herald. Everyone on this team, once again, backs to the wall, and they stand tall.
And you highlighted it, Flowers. Before the fight, the shield bow versus no mythic on the side of Gumushi. The shield bow saved depth when Faker went in. If he didn't have that, maybe they could have turned the fight. Owner now up towards this top side. Herald spawning in 10 seconds. Pressure in bots from T1. Pressure in.
Now I'm very confused.
Showing respect in case any play is to be made. It's on Piosik to find the objective. He's moving towards this top side river. Zeka
It's looking pretty scary. Looking pretty scary for T1 in this game 4.
It's going to be multiple players.
I'm not liking how the early game went for Fiora. I'm not liking how Akali's shaping up yet, but there's plenty of time here. The game is not over.
So they're just going to get a refocus. Ward's already over here. You see towards bottom side too. They're trying to make the trade again, but it's a bottom side recommitment. They're going to get back. DRX, they're going to make the cross map defense and not give up anything for this Rift Herald.
So does T1 take the 3v3 then because they have information? Soraka ult is up soon as well. Faker not there just yet, but he's level 11. Owners in the pits. T1 bot lane now on the way up. DRX are on a timer to take this fight.
T1's ready to challenge.
T1 wants to try it.
Objective at 2K. Faker's going in. Smoke is ready. Zeka getting himself back. Owner's taken low. They're ready to keep the fight going. Kingen charges forward, but now Zeus is
Owner gets it's so tragic.
Where's the follow-up? T1 trying to stay together. Hostile takeover finds Faker. T1 are corralled in the back of the pit. And
Maokai pick is carrying.
In a freaking 4v5, yo! They've got Deft on the bottom side taking care of the turret as well.
The only king in that fight was Kingen. He did so much work to get T1 down. Zeus and Owner couldn't take the fight. Tower over to DRX. Herald over to DRX. Mid tower will fall. Top tower is gonna fall as well.
This is looking bad.
Map open.
This is looking real bad for T1.
Even just being here in finals, DRX are already the greatest.
They just had to get him off that dog shit Viego pick.
Cinderella story of worlds of all time. A 4th seed through play-ins all the way to finals, and they are on the precipice of pushing T1 to a final game.
DRX have been through the trenches this year, and they
It's funny when I watched you play Maokai, I said they need to ban him when Worlds comes around. I mean, Maokai keeps basically he plays so well into a bunch of carries, right? The E is constantly just getting value. It caught Faker, it caught Owner as well.
He's on a scaling mage, so they have a very good, comfortable late game insurance.
No losses in play-ins. First place in their group. The second reverse sweep of all time at Worlds in quarters, and defeating the #1 seed of their region in semis, now doing this against T1 in the finals.
And if we're looking at the mini-map, you see the commitment of the T1 bottom lane. That's why T1 commit to this, but they focus fire Owner here. Sejuani's so low, flashes over into the hug.
Says hello!
Of the sapling. Hello and goodbye.
Owner goes down.
It's so tragic.
Heroic sapling from Piosik. Nice pushback by Zeka to stop Faker from EL to dive on top of them. T1 retreat. They run for the hills, but there's a wall in their way, and DRX sandwiched them down. Carrier no flash, he falls. T1 have the mobility to get the rest of the members out, but that's enough to put them at such a sizable advantage. DRX coaching staff elated with that fight.
And the reason we're reacting so heavily here, League of Legends is usually a game of give and take. You win one side, you give on the other side. But that was such a big jump in health.
Yeah, this is looking real bad for T1.
Both sides with
real bad. It's looking like game 5.
Already. That's why we already, 17 minutes into the game, have objective bounties. DRX are crushing it.
And I think DRX are ahead enough to not trade. They're going to get this dragon for free. Zeka has TP. Put numbers top. Don't put numbers around the objective you want to play for. Put numbers around the objective the enemy team wants to play for. Look at T1. They all base. They all realize that DRX control both sides of the map right now, and they won't be able to find that objective bounty.
DRX with a 4,000 gold lead. DRX now grabbing their second.
That Varus, yeah. I mean, dude, I would have been tempted. That's the thing. Like, if I'm T1, I would have been tempted to just, like, ban Varus. Everybody's tried to counter it. Hasn't worked. Hasn't worked. I mean, I guess they did come out of bot lane ahead.
checking in on the top lane. It's still a lead for Kingen.
I think
still 1-0-3.
I do feel like the Fiora is not getting enough value. Faker's going for a fight.
Faker trying to chase after him here. Uses R1, finds the E, but now a TP is coming in. Now the ulti's coming over from Maokai. Now DRX have found Faker. The smoke will not save him. And
Faker's going for the side lane duel.
5v4 again.
DRX kill Faker, and they're gonna push down through bot lane. T1 are playing on 2 lanes, but the TP salvages that. They'll get this mid tower, but DRX will get the bot tier 2. More gold over to Kingen. More side lane pressure for this Aatrox. Zeus still yet to find his second item. DRX are collapsing.
They're not even going to get the mid tower for T1. Gumayushi running away there, throwing the spear out.
Yeah, I don't mind the play, though. I don't mind looking for the duel.
DRX
Try to get something going.
5,000 gold.
Game's looking pretty dire.
I mean, you can see.
Zeka?
Whoa.
Zeka. Uh-oh, goes over the blast cone, finds 2, but it might not be Zeka who's in for a nasty surprise. Keria gets chased, Sejuani ulti on Zeka to get T1 away.
You can see which of these two teams is feeling the pressure. And guess what? It's not the team that is facing match point right now. DRX controlling the map here, forcing some misplays from T1, some over-aggressive attempts to try and pull the game back because they know they're facing the outscale that DRX faced in the last game. They've got Azir. They've got the Varus advantage. They have the
Yeah, this is rough. This is, like I said in the game 1. Game 4, it feels like an open mid. It feels like a less than 5% already. It feels bad. Real bad.
Really in their favor. It's more so the Fiora that is the scaling because she will win out on side lane against the Aatrox. But Kingen is so strong now. I don't think that scaling can even factor in anymore. They need at least 20 minutes to leverage that or even it out. So DRX will play with the Aatrox in bots, and they'll try to push out these waves with Kingen and move towards mid and threaten this Baron constantly to make T1 second guess themselves.
Drew2 was saying he thinks Fiora would get consistently stuck on Divine and would not have the value people think she would. He wouldn't get stuck on it if he just goes Grasp. If he just goes Grasp and just pokes into Aatrox, it's a lot better than going Fleet, I think.
And pick somebody off, because that's what you have to do. One of these surprise plays, Sejuani ult into melee champions, proc the stun, and take away some of this pushing power of DRX, because look at them, they're playing the whole map right now.
They are, and that's because of these pushing side lanes. Are they going to start up the Baron?
Or you could just go Conqueror, like I said. You just go Conqueror anyways.
Okay. They can do this, though. No tank in the pit. I think that's just going to hit it. Yeah. And it's the solo lanes of DRX with the push, and it's Kingen who finished, we talked about it, he finished last place last year in summer alongside Pyosik. Then he convinced Zeka, who was a very close friend of his, to come back from the LPL and join the LCK and join him in the ranks of DRX. And he took the gamble. He joined the last place team. Look at them now. World's finals, both having the side lane push, winning out in their respective solo laners. And they really want to threaten this Baron. Owner is in the vicinity. Started up. The sapling will spot out the jungler of T1. He has no vision to work with. Karius trying his best to help out. No Kalista. It's a smite fight.
If Owner steals this fucking thing.
Game 3 for DRX. Maokai ulti flies out. Kingen and World Ender goes over the wall. Faker's lost half HP. Faker is nearly down. Hostile takeover over the wall. Wish from Soraka will heal the mid laner.
Maokai, don't play with that shit.
Says no. DRX ready to fight back again as Zeus is going to be shuffled away. T1 tries to find the fight, and they're finally going to kill Def. But Kingen's still ready to fight over the side. Zeka getting chased.
Ooh.
A beautiful
Guma.
handshake from Renata as Keria falls. T1, 2v3. Barrel may be the target, but Gumayushi is locked down. Gumayushi is executed by the sword of Kingen, and Owner is the only man standing wearing red.
Guma does everything he can.
That top side went tragic. This top side is not what I wanted to see.
And he's looking for his crown, isn't he? He's putting the whole team on his back in these fights. Zeka and Deft fall, but the last threat on DRX is Kingen. Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. Even numbers distribution across the board in terms of deaths. No neutral objective started just yet. DRX don't have the damage to take down this Baron without those carries. But with the Dragon spawning soon, reset.
This looks like me losing to fucking Aatrox in solo queue. Doesn't look much better, does it?
Faker really struggling to get involved in these fights.
Yeah, that
Just doesn't look much better, does it?
Barely yoinked him back in, hit the full combo. They blow the Akali up. It's got to find better positioning.
Let's take another look. The Baron got half HP, and then DRX said no, turn to the fight.
Hey, just keep your eyes on Kingen. Lands the Q2, Q3 pull back onto Faker, then gets the auto attack in, I believe, as he dashes out. Pyosik follows through across the wall to get the kill. So it's a 2v1 on the top side, but that means it's a numbers disadvantage around the river fight. So that's where T1 find their advantage. Kingen's trying his best to come around the wall and help out, and he starts cleaning up the fight for DRX.
And look how much work Guma puts in for T1. They're trying to fight their way out, up the river here, towards Zeka, towards Barrel, chasing them through.
Yeah, it's a wild, it's a wild exchange.
Pyosik with the flash over the wall into the tri-brush.
Fiora counters Aatrox, but it's easy to fuck up. And I literally saw Zeus get hit by the same fucking trade that I was getting hit by in solo queue. You just misstep and you lose your whole health bar. You just can't do that. I never realized how good Sejuani is into Maokai though, because of the no slow.
Not willing to let this series end on 4, and this is a man leading the way for DRX. Maw completed as his third big item. DRX now with their soul point status has total control over Summoner's Rift. Again, he'll look for it. He'll only find Owner. Carry is nearby. He's trying to get away. He has to flash. Nice stun from Owner to stop Pyosik.
Very big cooldowns here. Burned.
No one really counters Aatrox, yeah.
DRX now retreating back into the vision that they do control.
I think they might have to force this soon because Zeus is pushing bot. Kingen doesn't want to TP down there. He wants to force Zeus to TP up. So I feel like DRX need to make a Baron call soon, and they're going to do it. They haven't pushed in mid-wave, but Zeus will have to TP in.
It's time to go. Objective bounty claimed, and now Zeus is ready to join.
Good luck, Owner.
Baron at half HP. Owner's trying to find his way in there. He Arctic assaults over the wall. He has no flash. There is no blast cone, but just the threat of the steal gets DRX off the Baron.
They got double TP. They need to get back towards mid, clear out this wave, and then reset the map state. No TPs on T1 means their side lanes are going to struggle. DRX have the advantage on the global.
This is a good...
Exactly. DRX got what they came for. They don't care if they don't finish the Baron here.
And DRX just kind of draws the TP, and then they're going to reset it again.
Teleport cooldowns, and they got both of them.
I think the second Zeus shows himself in bot, they'll start it up again. But as I say that, they're just going to start it right now. Faker took the base. Carrier did as well. It's only Owner that's around here. Kingen will jump over the wall here and start to zone him away.
But it could only be Owner that they need. He did a miracle last time. Kingen wants to stop him this time. Baron at 3K. Owner goes berserk. He's locked down. The Baron.
That time they stopped him.
They did it! They kept him out this time! Everything thrown over the walls there. Owner can't get in, and DRX secure the Baron.
And they'll use the Baron as a blanket to secure the soul. They'll keep waves in onto T1's tier 3 towers. Maybe they'll look for the tier 2 top if they want to play forward.
God, Akali got so little value this game.
They're playing Fiora, Akali, Kalista against Mountain Soul. This is going to be really tough for T1 to find any avenue back into this game.
The pathway is laid to the...
All right, this game's over. We're going game 5.
The game number 5 here. DRX so heavily advantaged now with Baron buff. You're talking about the instant reset, push out side waves, easily set up for Soul. And it is Mountain Soul as well. So good against Akali, so good against this T1 composition.
T1 looking for a pick. They found Pyosik, but Zeka's right behind him. They're committing so many numbers down here to try to find something before the waves start to crash onto their towers. Zeus will get an objective bounty top tier 1, but the rest of DRX are running down mid, and T1 are cut off. Kingen's going to spot them out in just a second. Do they take the fight? They'll try to stop them as much as they can.
DRX is just controlling priority over the mid lane, getting that wave pushed up into the tier 3 turret. They've already taken half HP. T1 have now finally found their positioning again, but it may already be too late. The cannon minion's still alive. The cannon minion's still firing. The cannon minion kills the tier 3 turret. Zeus, in the meantime, is still top. He's taken out the tier 2. DRX, they're going for broke. They're going for anything they can find.
Uh-oh, Faker's caught.
Turret's gonna be the target. Faker is now the target. They're trying to push Owner way in. Owner's on full retreat. Zeus finally making his recall back into the base. DRX, 5-man push. Still
DRX, you just need to chill, bro.
She's gonna be caught. Kingen looks for him, but the Kallista's able to get away. Zeus wants to jump in. Zeka's still safe. DRX now having to deal with Faker.
They're gonna try to make a stand.
He jumps out. There's no angle. DRX, they'll find the first Nexus turret. Owner charges away.
I don't know what I am watching.
They have stats advantage. They have gold advantage. The turrets are dropping. Zeus is on the flank, but it won't do a thing.
DRX has to just go to drag here after they take this tower.
DRX looks to keep going.
Oh no, they're gonna...
Relentless pressure here. They've still got 2 cannon minions. Zeka chasing off Zeus, and Beryl comes to join.
Zeus is low. He's trying to get himself away. The turret's still
They're trying to pressure hard.
now going to be your target. Kingen chasing him away. Gumayushi goes in. It won't matter. They're done. That's it.
All right, we're game 5 now, guys.
Are taking us to game 5.
One game to decide it all. Faker and Deft combined have played.
All right, guys, quick snack break for me.
And it's gonna come down to one.
Dude, it is crazy. This story is just lottery after lottery after lottery. You've got these guys go to the same high school. They show up. Faker's not playing great, but Deft is not it's like Faker's like kind of cracking a little bit, you know. This last game, everything is on this game. He'll probably, honestly, if he doesn't win this, he'll probably won't be here again. Same with Deft. Like, these guys are old dogs. Like, they're just, they're like 1 or 2 or 3 years from just being done. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, the Sejuani Fiora got like no value either. That synergy is a mean synergy too. It got no value. The Akali, the Akali pick was supposed to be this big dramatic counter pick to Azir. It got very little value in this last game. Kind of feels like, if I'm being completely honest, he would have probably played better on just a Victor last game. It probably would have gotten more value for him. He felt pressured to make a play on Dragon, and it didn't go his way. And so now we're sitting at this game 5, and you know that I feel like T1 has the edge. Like, they have the meta in their favor right now. They've got the Varus pick priority down. Like, they know that the meta is solved. And the reason that T1 is here is because they're here in first place. You've got to have DRX clutch out on red side in order to basically beat T1, right? So like, even though DRX is clutching out and coming back and just fighting their way through it, they've got to fight one more big battle, and that's to actually win on red side. No one's winning on red side, right? Yeah, it looked like my Akali. Exactly. It didn't have any value. No way they don't ban Varus. If I was DRX, yeah, I think I would try to mix it up. Leave the pressures on T1 side. I mean, it is, but it isn't. They're sitting pretty in this meta, and they know it, guys. I'm telling you, T1 is still sitting very pretty. Like I said, they lucked out in that game. That game 3 failure, it might haunt these guys. It might haunt DRX for a long time because they've still got to win one more battle. The Varus pick has been contested all tournament long. It's been winning all tournament long. If I was DRX, I ban Varus and I just fucking battle. I slug it out. I just say, well, throw something different at us. Let's go. We got to do something about this. But listen, Faker may not be playing well, guys, but if anybody deserves to get a lucky carry through a Worlds final, it's the guy that showed up there this many times. And Faker still has a good chance of having a good game. Both mids, this is a bot lane meta. Both mids have been kind of forgettable. I'm gonna be honest. I'd say Zeka had a pretty standout game on game 4. Faker had a pretty good standout game in game 1, and both mids have felt kind of useless game 2 and 3. But both mids have been kind of dropping the ball in multiple games, not really dominant. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Top. I'd have to watch the fight back again. I was really confident about Fiora Sejuani. The open was solid. They just had a tragic fight up top side. I must admit that DRX, the fact that they're like here, people keep saying psychological in my chat, like the psychological game. DRX has been just getting beat up for the whole fucking year, all the way to the end. So they've one last challenge, and it's not a small challenge. It's not a small challenge to win the 5th fucking game in this stadium when you're on red side, man.
Of this legendary story, and we're handing it over.
You just can't. You can't get as hype as you want. Like it's the hard. This is the hardest one. Why is red side cursed? It has to do with the drafting. Bot lane meta. You've got to ban a bunch of bot lane champs just to get through the draft. And then you go right to the tier list, and Varus is squarely right on the spot where you can't ban anymore without losing pressure on other lanes. So basically, you gotta ban Kate, you gotta ban Lucian, then you gotta ban a bunch of other shit. You leave Varus open because that's the next best thing without sacrificing all your other lanes. Right, like Yumi, for example. Then the Varus ban, and then the Varus picks. They did not ban Caitlyn. They're putting Guma Yushi on the spot. They're saying, play Caitlyn, brother, bring it. This is the first time it's going to show up. Wild meta. Yeah, they're daring them to pick Caitlyn. All right, we're going to sync up at 1 minute. 33, 34, 35. I really want to focus up on this. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Get hype, guys. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 1 minute. All right, let's see it. Now keep your eyes on Bard this game. Keep your eyes on bot lane this game. Bot lane is the magic lane here. Ooh, lots of gimmicks coming out on game 5.
Thinks twice about it. Is he gonna?
Oh, this is so concerning.
Piosik sees them.
Okay. Patience. The patience pays off. He waits. He goes for the
Huh.
route. Just
Piosik knew that something sus was happening.
Carrier can push him off these though. So Piosik's gonna lose his bot side jungle. Try to keep the Q stacks and move towards Raptors. Clear up. What can DRX do with this? Gumayushi, they're gonna try and zone him away from the lane. Try to deny him some creeps.
That means you're going to lose out, though, because Owner got level 2 off blue buff, so now you're pushing the lane away. Jungle coming down to help out Guma and Carrier get right back.
Very strange open.
Gets the experience. Might lose a couple in terms of gold.
Iosik's got to play some strange routing now.
Scenario, but I think Owner will go through mid to top side and try to control these 3 quadrants.
I think it's really smart getting the early level 1 invade on this Hecarim. Very vulnerable champion to getting invaded upon. See if Piosik can salvage some of this. Zeka, mid lane pressure, definitely has a big part in if he can get something back.
Yeah, the Hecarim is behind on the open. Very far behind. Lots of pressure put down.
Not going to be too heavy.
This game is straight up just cock measuring right now from both teams.
Caitlyn left open, but it was Karma picked first. That means T1 really wants to be able to have push, wants to be able to have control in this bottom lane early. With the Karma and the Varus together, you can see Zeka pushing in Faker here early on in the mid lane matchup as topside Zeus has lane control versus Kingen. In terms of the state of junglers, you can see it's still just Owner pathing through his jungle. He skipped Krugs towards that top part of the map. Piosik's already done his recall.
Yes, he has at that. Just clear off red quadrant. Very low health he was.
Piosik is very far behind here on the open.
You can still get your boots for the extra move speed, the extra damage conversion there, and go clean up his Gromp and Wolves. As we said, only the blue was taken, so not too heavily hit.
Now,
there's no vision right now either.
watch bot side. Bot side is very sketchy. Huge wave here.
Very cautious. TP on Varus, of course, into the Caitlyn. And this really stinks for DRX. They need this Caitlyn lane to get the push and start poking the Varus on the tower. The Karma is the factor that allows T1 to push back against the Caitlyn. Zeka needs to react to this flash W from Owner. He needs to react to it, otherwise he's gonna die.
Owner does not.
Oh god, a huge play from Owner. Huge pick onto the mid. Insane pick. Clutch pick. Oh.
Over the back of the Raptor wall, and it's even worse for Zeka.
Big heart on that play. Big heart.
Because Faker's got the Q-empowered auto in the air.
Owner testing.
Piosik, this Hecarim pick is not giving a lot of ground. It's not getting a lot of ground early on with the Bard. If Bard can't get the push, like I said, keep your eye on bot lane. If they can't get the push going, it's going to be really dangerous.
The Caitlyn are sitting on the tower. If Zeka reacts to this flash W, then it's just an even trade and he'll TP back, but he doesn't. He steps back into it as he gets the auto attack weave in. And like you said, Kobe,
Huge. Huge pick.
Flashes and dies.
We've got Viego with a kill off the jump.
Now for Piosik, what can he get back? It's Owner first to the play. Owner first to get his team going ahead. This Hecarim.
And bot lane, Varus is pushing in on repeat.
He knows that if he can find the angle, there's moves to be made. The problem is it's tough when T1 are playing.
Now, Azir is pushing in. He does not
but
He does not have a flash.
He'll get out of this one, but Owner really trying to index towards Faker in this mid lane early on in game 5.
Yeah, again, burning
Trying to give Faker a big lead early on.
taking away the safety of that vision, putting his own control ward right back up here so he can control this very important pathway here.
Now Owner's starting Dragon right away. They got Prio everywhere.
Mid have gotten them mid pressure, so it's an easy first Dragon for T1.
Pushing lanes because there's no real threat. The Hecarim needs level 6. Like you just highlighted there, Kobe, the pushing lanes are so powerful in letting you use neutral objectives, and T1 are aware of it. Shut down the Hecarim early. Pyosik needs to farm to 6 before he can impact the map, so T1 can start getting these early game advantages.
T1's got the drag. They've got the first blood. Nothing scary yet.
Needs to get to 6 before that spawns. Looking for some Raptors, though.
Trying to steal him away a little bit. Walks on up, pops Spirit of Dread. Gets himself right back out.
Ooh, good smite.
And now top side, the fights continue. Zeus versus Kingen.
Zeus.
Finds a lot of needlework there into Kingen, who's not able to continue the trade after
Zeus is not backing down from the Aatrox.
Look for Zeka in mid. He will chase him away as Faker absorbs this wave. Meanwhile, back in top, Q3 hits the mark. Infernal
Ooh, big pick by Kingen. A solo kill, a very significant one.
Best top laner in the world, who? 369 and Zeus is in discussion. Kingen's in the World Finals. He had an amazing game 3 and 4, and now in this game 5.
Big solo kill.
Kills Zeus.
When the pressure is on, it's Kingen who stands tall. What a beast. And he's going to go for the recall right now as the wave is also slowly pushing into him. So Owner
has to fix the wave.
On this top wave to push it in for Zeus. Such top lane difference here for Kingen. Back to back this Aatrox pick again.
And this relieves so much pressure on DRX. Mid lane's been struggling. A lot of ganks towards there and focus from Owner. Death and Beryl have been on a split map against the Karma support with Bard under their tower. But top lane is now winning. Herald
Now Bard is starting to get the cheeses going.
Early serrated Durkins can start pressuring this lane. Zeus even had the counter pick here. Gets level 6 here, Zeus, and I think he tries to find the all-in, but Kingen gets a small trade off. They reset, and then on the re-engage, Kingen kills him.
Exactly. Goes for the minions, levels up.
Yeah, this was rough. If he had avoided that trade before the 6, it would have been fine. He would have gotten the wave. He just wanted the wave under. He just wanted the wave under. He took too much damage at 5 if he had just waited for 6.
Turns right back into a doll and falls over as the Aatrox popping off here for DRX in the top side. Keeping this game nice and close. Still 3 minutes until the next Drake spawns, but Herald's going to be spawning soon. T1.
Ooh, what happened down here?
So well in this game.
Caitlyn's so low.
He's also got his eyes on the bottom lane of DRX. Deft has no resources to work with, and he must take a recall.
They're going to lose a couple plates here, DRX. T1, not only do they get the split map with the jungle invade, they also have TP on Gumayushi, so they get a free base. Deft struggling, Kingen is going to start up the Herald. It'll be a cross-map trade, but T1 are going to get so much from this play.
Yeah, Cadro.
Guma's in another power position. Now, remember, the last time in this series he was in a power position, he started kind of throwing a little bit into this flash, did some dumb shit. Now, T1's thinking about posturing. A little bit of a... Ooh. Hecarim had to ult out. This is not good. Faker gets picked. Ooh, Bard just wasted flash.
DRX get the kill, and they're back on the Herald.
My God, Kingen is playing out of his mind right now up against T1. They're at a disadvantage from the get-go because Pyosik had to use so many resources to get out, but Kingen goes in.
Kingen's clutching out.
They were supposed to in the first place, but T1 trying to fight them back, testing the waters in this topside river.
And Zeka doesn't miss a beat. He follows him right back up with the Azir. Flash, pushback play.
Come on, Faker, buddy. You got to clutch out, my man.
Secure the Rift Herald for themselves. They wrest control back.
All bottom side, though. Gumayushi with the level 6 versus level 5 advantage goes for the Chains of Corruption. Beryl getting away from Faker here as he retreats into the topside river. Faker will chase him as long as he can, but Beryl is already gone. Let's take another look at the Rift.
I don't know how this fight goes so badly for DRX or for T1. Oh, he tried to pop. He tried to pop the Hecarim and then gets too close without flash.
Is the one who takes charge. Goes right at Faker. Zeka.
Really good awareness by Kingen, by the way. As soon as he sees the flash used, he knows he can all in.
And Zeus
I mean, that's the heads up, period. That's just heads up genius play by Kingen. It's hard to recognize what's going on in the heat of those crazy fights. He recognizes that Faker just flashed over the wall and immediately clutches out on him and gets that kill. Picks up that gold. Very smart. Very smart. It's hard to recognize in the heat of the moment, especially you imagine how much pressure these guys are under. But Faker's flash actually does make sense because he was trying to quick pop Hecarim. And then Faker just moves straight in instead of backing down.
So Bard ultimate is prime.
The Drake in 20 seconds. The first one already in T1's pocket. You can see them trying to maintain control over the bottom side river. Barrel gets a stun into the wall on Carrier to even out support health bars. But it's Pioshik being found by Owner here in the river. He's got to retreat.
Pioshik getting pushed out. Now this might be drag number 2.
T1 has control over the river to start the Drake. Now there is a control ward for DRX. They're going to see what's going on here. So Owner drags it outside the wall where there is no vision, but he does not have the confidence to stick around. DRX is still willing to contest this.
Kingen is the only reason they can contest this. He pushed in top all the way and he's moved towards mid. T1 wanted to start it up, but the Aatrox was collapsing down. Now in this 5v4 scenario, DRX will start it up. Zeus has TP. Kingen can TP back top though.
Exactly, it's a beautiful plan. They can make the play on Dragon, force 5v4, and then just have Kingen teleport back to his top turret.
Well, the Dragon's low. Owner's coming in. Is this going to be another steal?
Nice try.
Will block it with the CC. Beautifully buffered from Owner with a Heartbreaker to escape the Bard ulti. And that's DRX tying up the neutral objective count.
Kingen here, going to go for the recall to purchase and then go back to top side.
Yeah, so Gwen's going to get the tower, or get the wave under tower.
No flash on Faker. Pioshik has the ult. Zeka has the shuffle.
He's not going to get the angle just yet. Pioshik looking for it. There's your engage. Knocks him back out of the gravity well. Knocks him into the shuffle. Knocks him to his doom. And Zeka gets the kill. But now he's going to run.
Zeka's got it. That's the counter.
But he's still going to grab the kill. 1 for 1 on mid laners.
And now Hecarim's getting counter engaged on. Oh no. Oh no. Viego is OP. Kingen's coming, but he's got the karma. He's out. He's out.
Zeus walks out.
Faker falls, but it's the younglings of T1 and Zeus and Owner that carry him through the play. DRX are focusing down this mobile Victor, but they're ready to respond. Owner gets a couple kills back. Zeus chases Pioshik away, and it all comes off the back of this engage in mid. Kobe.
Look at Faker's position. I mean, he knows some shady shit's happening. He knows.
Here to get just close enough.
Get as much damage onto the Azir as possible. And then this makes it so that Owner's allowed to get the kill.
Nails the stun on Zeka, then picks up his body and is able to use Azir to get over the wall.
That's such a disgusting follow-up, man.
Owner has targeted Zeka twice now with that Spectral Maw, and twice now he has found his mark. T1 are fighting back.
Herald used mid. Little bit of gold over to Zeka. Mythic in his favor, has the Ludens already. Faker has flash up. Zeka's ult's coming back off cooldown as well. 1 minute 30 seconds away from the Herald. DRX need to keep this mid pressure. Deft has been struggling in the lane phase. Herald used mid. Doesn't get a couple of plates gold. Needs to get towards that Mythic.
Guma's getting strong.
So much for T1 this series. Yeah. So many clutch objective steals. And here, answering these kills in game number 5.
Goma. Owner is the absolute fucking MVP of the series. All right.
Zeus has no ghost.
Zeus also now without the W. Gwen is not immune. Pioshik with a devastating charge, bringing him right back into the range of Kingen.
Nice try. Nice try with the Gwen. The Gwen is not getting much value in top right now.
Kingen is 2 levels up on Zeus. Mid and bot have been a little bit even and behind for DRX on the bot side especially, but top lane, Kingen has been taking charge in this game 5.
And now bottom side, it's Gumayusi and Carrier trying to push up as they know their top side has just taken another hit. Gumayusi and Carrier, without having to deal with turret plates anymore, should be able to find the first turret of the game right here. Yes, they will. It's Gumayusi.
Big turret win.
They've been so powerful, so reliable, and they showed it. The first pick, Karma. instantly locking this one in. They pay their team back. They take down the first turret. Massive gold lead once again for Guma. And this time, he's on the lethality Varus.
So
that poke is really going to sting.
So Guma now is in charge again, right? So keep your eyes on how Guma plays this. Keep your eyes on Aatrox. Kingen on Aatrox has been dominant. Guma needs to play. Guma needs to earn it because he's got the lead. He's gotten leads most of these games. He needs to earn it now with some good team fight performances. None of this gimmicky stealing fucking objective shit. He's got to actually clutch out and play team fights to standard.
They're looking for picks. They're seeing what they can do.
Meanwhile, T1 again, they've got Guma on the bottom side, and with Guma channeling this recall here, looks like they, not gonna go for it. Teleport comes out here from Zeka though.
Guma also has a teleport to be able to join up. DRX have started the Herald, but T1's ready to fight for it. They're gonna bring Faker in with a TP now too. Caitlyn Trap hits Zeus. He's gonna lose a little bit of HP, but a lot of patience being lost on the Herald now. Down to 1600, down to 100. It resets. And now what about the fight? Pioshi at half HP. DRX still grouped up. T1 still trying to contest for this.
Bar's just getting very little value right now.
Kingen back into the pit. He stands alone from the rest of DRX now.
This is a mess.
Continue holding Herald aggro.
This could be the decider of the championship. Kingen off the side. Piosik
They do get the. They gotta get the rift and they gotta get out now.
Dragon's coming up pretty quickly here in 16 seconds. DRX gonna retreat through mid
DRX is in a tough spot. Bard has no ult.
Oh, Zaka's gonna put some
Ooh,
damage
here
on
comes
the
King, and keep your eyes on the
He's gonna look for
Aatrox.
it, but a flash out from Faker keeps him safe.
Aatrox might be putting your world's dreams in the shitter.
Member of DRX, but they've got Prio. They've got first shot here at the bottom side objective now.
and they can just trade it. That's actually a pretty good trade for them. Getting secondary tower. T1 though, you look at the response instantly with their macro. Owner goes top side. They've got the Rift Herald. They're going to shove down these towers and make a hard push.
They might look for tier 2 as well. DRX have to use a lot of time to get this dragon down. Kingen's moving up. Should be in time to cover it. But look at Faker. He's trying to back up the top jungle of T1.
This is a very spooky fight about to happen. Remember, Aatrox still has flash. He's cheesing in this bush.
They can get it. Kingen needs to be very careful here. Faker is still around. Keria showing mid. Def backing up his top laner. Zeus goes forwards.
Zeus trying to look for Kingen here, but Zeus losing a lot of HP. Still has the big shot of needlework. Throws it out now. Kingen's gonna keep chasing him off. Ace in the hole. Only hits Owner. No big deal. T1 will get the one turret there in the top side.
So right now, T1 still has a gold lead.
Small gold lead for T1, but
Gwen is very low value. Well, I say low value. Maybe she is actually good value at the fucking
this game goes on.
with her W.
They get a lot of damage in these team fights. Zeka's gonna pick up the blue buff. All tower is still up for T1 though. DRX yet to crack one open. T1 have found two.
Guma has been so good with this Varus, with these snipes. I want to see what he can accomplish this game because the slow reduction on the Boots of Swiftness works on self-slows as well. We'll see if that means the difference between hitting the snipe, hitting the critical kill. Piosik, though, making use of his move speed on Hecarim has been very lithe.
DRX's comp is very good at punishing no flash targets. Bard ultimate, the shuffle. Here it is!
Oh my god.
Gumayushi stepped forward to dodge, and now he has to flash to be able to get away.
Guma is
T1
clutch.
Lose that critical summoner
no
spell
flash.
on their AD carry, but Faker's now the target. Devastating charge, onslaught of shadows, but not enough damage. Zeka
Oh, this is very dangerous. Oh, here comes Owner.
takes him out. Now Owner's got the charge to chase Zeka. He's gonna look for it.
There's the wall. Barrel saves him.
On a magical journey.
It's Owner again to the rescue!
This Hecarim is not good into Viego, man. It's not good.
And Faker now going to be able to push off the back of that. They've got the extra person advantage with Piosik still sitting on a 12-second.
It's just not it.
T1 pushing all
It's
three
terrible. If
lanes.
he counter ganks you, you're fucking getting your team killed.
Coming out ahead, 100% kill participation for Owner and Faker. Ever since the start of the game, Owner's been trying his best to get Faker ahead. He is marginally in levels. Look at this again. Faker, no flash, lands the fear onto Faker, but Zeka can't do a lot of damage right now, and Owner is there to follow up. Flash stuns Piosik, who has no ghost. They get the reset on the kill. They chase down Zeka, but he manages to get out.
Every time they go at Faker, he unloads a big combo.
Ugh.
Piosik, though, my goodness, going down so quickly there. Owner jumps on him. Gotta brush it off.
Yep. Just have to think about the next play. This is your last game.
It's all decided here. TP coming in from
Big
Faker.
siege
T1
coming.
Pressure down this mid tower. DRX not a lot of wave clear to respond.
Barrel's getting locked down.
Barrel has to ult out.
But not enough to kill him just yet. Piosic's coming around from the side.
Piosic thinking about an engage, but he doesn't have ult, and they know it.
Gumayushi's going to be targeted. He tries to get away, but he's going to take it out first. Zeka's trying to get away. They're finding more damage as Owner's about to fall down to Piosic now.
Kingin.
Kingin, the ball keeps him alive, and DRX is winning the fight. Shadow was still ready.
Oh my God, DRX.
And Carrier will die 2-4 for nothing. DRX.
Oh.
himself off. He gets back up and he gets the engage to break the game open.
Scary stuff.
DRX on Baron.
They didn't get a single kill.
Of T1. The flank from Piosic on the top side and then teleport in from Zeka.
DRX circled T1 like sharks, herding them in.
Uh-oh.
T1 didn't find a response. Guma, can he steal it?
Guma will have to fire out.
Oh my God. There's no way.
Gumayushi steals Baron.
Is this shit scripted?
This game.
The Varus pick. We again with the empowered Q snipe. Guma snipes away the hopes of DRX.
I'm speechless.
Hey,
DRX, how?
what is going on?
Hard again. Well, look at the play. DRX collapse onto T1. They get the kills and they manage to pick up 4. Then they move towards the Baron. It comes off a great engagement.
There's no way.
Deft almost dies to Zeus. The TP from Zeka was great for the flank. But again, they go towards Baron and it all falls apart.
Again, you're exactly right. This is amazing. Zeka with the flank comes in. They get 4 kills off of this. Piosic chases it through with the Headroom. His ultimate came back up. They get Faker. They get Carrier. But they don't get Baron. Holy.
They get shit on right after.
Yeah, that's after the fight. I don't think they-
Moments before.
Oh
They
my.
didn't have vision. Blue Orb comes in. He must just about see it. The arrow of a lifetime. The steal of a lifetime from Gumayushi. That's twice in this series he's done it. T1, grab onto a miracle.
I literally said he's got a team fight. Well, he's got a.
T1 have more than
And T1 is like, yo, let's push, boys.
Everybody's ready to go. Zeka staying on the tier 2 in the top side. T1.
How do you even recover from this shit mentally?
They are looking for the inhibitor, and they will already take it.
Dragons up. T1 want to move towards it. They got the inhib. Tier 2.
Ekrum's mad.
Faker has flash.
He has the flash. Piosic's trying to get it from him.
Uh-oh. Aatrox is caught, though, on the sides.
Kingin is about to die.
And Faker lives. Oh, no.
Taking out the Fed player. Barrel gets away over the wall.
Oh, no.
Are collapsing.
T1 are running this game now.
Oh, no. DRX, this is so sad. I'm rooting for Faker, but this is so sad.
Exit objective. 2,000 gold lead for T1 right now.
It's so sad.
The power of a single ability, a single steal. T1 picking up the kills, they pick up the dragon in the aftermath. That
I
will
feel
haunt
sad for him, man.
Piosic forever.
They need to stay composed now, DRX.
Oh, my
The siege is
God.
over. It's heartbreak again, but they've never failed to bounce back every single time. Level-headed, 2 items on the Caitlyn. Azir will be their late-game insurance, but
I just
T1 got a
can't.
massive injection of gold.
Absolutely incredible from T1. When the pressure is on, leave it to the winningest organization in the history of League of Legends to have the players, to have the composure, and to have the skill to claw their way
Dude,
back.
what the fuck?
What a series. What a game 5 as T1.
No, like, the commentators, like, don't even know what to say. This is wild.
Moving up, clearing the vision. Kingin is in a very precarious situation, perhaps.
Yeah.
They're going to see him there with Owner's Sweeper. It will show the red silhouette. 4 minutes until the Drake, 2.5 minutes until the Baron. Not really any objectives to fight over. Piosik activated the devastating charge.
Yeah,
but meanwhile,
here's a free
T2
tower.
Here on the top side will fall to T1.
Zeka will respond with the bot tower, but a lot more gold into T1's back pocket.
Oh,
This map's okay.
I
DRX
just,
will be in time with the waves here. Next Baron's up in 2 minutes.
gut-wrenching.
DRX are just stalling till that spot.
Gut-wrenching
Two dragons
steal,
apiece.
man. They
One
just...
gold lead for T1, but I think it's gonna be pretty
Did he
even
have
down this
smite?
fight. Very
Like...
nuanced onto who can find the carries. Can Kingen land multiple Qs? Can Pyosik find the engage onto Gumayushi? No Mikhail's up just yet.
Yep, again, you talked about it before, K-Drill. The barrel ultimate from Bard on one of these low mobility carries right now.
All right, here we go.
No flash. If they can catch him, they can follow it up
Zeus
with a
knows he has to ghost.
instantly though for the move speed to run.
Yep, he can get out from it.
Oh, he's teasing him.
Tech Putrefier, Kimtech tank, I should say, was not used. Zeus still looking to maybe come back and fight this. Has the needlework ready. Pyosik goes on a magical journey.
And now Kingan's caught up on the side. 1v1 versus Viego. Viego decides to get out.
Defensive ulti from Owner back over the wall.
He almost won that fight. Faker didn't have the flash, but he manages to get away. DRX are going to clear out these waves. Inhib still down, of course. 1 minute away from the Baron, and everyone will shift their attention towards the top side of the map.
Look at that grab. What on earth? Look at that drop at 20 minutes
that's the
because
Baron
of the
right there.
foil. That's an arrow right through the gold chart. T1 and DRX leaving it all on the rift here today. T1 about to take out their 7th turret.
DRX have bounced back.
I am like, I'm still speechless. Okay, so we've got we've got Baron spawning. T1 cannot flip it. They can't flip it. They've just got to pick. They've got to chill. They've got to just settle it in. Just settle in. You guys, listen, we're fucking up. We're up. Don't fucking flip this thing.
Have control over the top side river.
And we're going to keep our eyes on Faker with this Lichbane build here.
Now,
pump out a lot of damage if you can stay in a dangerous range, auto attack range of your opponents. Can he stay safe though? Still waiting on a few more seconds from his flash cooldown. Purchases up the stopwatch for himself.
Barrel's Bard not getting much value yet.
This mid-tier one, it's such a pain to get vision. It's really hard to walk in enemy jungle when that tower is up. T1 still have a lot of topside vision. Faker pushed in the waves all the way to tier 3. DRX barely trying to get vision in their own jungle. Baron is up with the poke. Varus, it's not as fast as they might want, but with Viego and Victor, they can rush it down. Kingen has the TP.
Exactly, Kingen.
Kingen has TP. Keep your eyes on Kingen. If you want DRX to make the magic happen, keep your eyes on Kingen. That's your guy. Kingen's massive right now. Kingen's massive.
Of Baron. They don't have the best pick here.
He can disrupt that backline really reliably.
Guma with the ultimate from Varus, sniping someone.
That's really the only engage mechanism available to T1. Def's going to utilize the range of the Caitlyn there to try to safely clear out some of these wards, putting the traps inside the brush just to make sure if anybody steps too far forward, they're going to be caught out. Mist from Viego will allow him to step a little bit further forward. Inhib respawns at a pretty critical timer here for the side of DRX. But
oh, Barrel gets caught. This could be it. This could be it.
That could be big for T1.
DRX need to move in here. They need to look for a steal. Pyosik's only way over is the ultimate.
Now listen, right now, Pyosik's got to clutch out.
Pyosik's in the vicinity.
Pyosik's looking for it, but Carry is zoning him away. T1 took some serious damage there from the Baron. They're going to get chased off.
Against all odds again, DRX numbers his advantage. They hold on, Dragon up in 20. They're shifting their eyes down towards this bot side. T1 need to take a base. Level 16 is here right now. The range on DRX is so powerful. T1 are struggling.
Barrel's going to be back up for this Dragon, coming straight from base. Here we go.
So Barrel Def did nothing. Barrel Def did nothing. Game's same.
He's moving his way
wrapping around.
Trying to keep the
He wants a flank. He has ult ready.
Yeah, he's going to look for a flank onto the carries. T1 are completely unaware of his positioning. They'll see this push here and maybe spot out Kingen, but they won't know where Pyosik is.
Zeus is going to walk towards the brush, but he won't take a ton of damage.
Now, this Dragon Dance is very serious.
Kingen makes his way into the pit. Pyosik is still behind them. Owner takes a chunk. Drake at about 5,000. Zeus gonna move into the pit. He's ready for that angle now. Keria, Owner, both chunked a little bit. Zeka and the rest of DRX are not damaging the Drake any further. They're gonna allow it to reset. Kingen to a flank.
Kingen finds it.
Right when they need it most. But now he takes some damage back. He has to walk it off. The Drake's at 4K. A little bit of damage over the wall.
Nice try on the steal. Bartle comes down.
Secured. Gumayushi is down.
Gwen's getting a trade though.
Trying to fight back.
Here's Faker with a pick.
He will drop. It is a 2 for 3.
There's that Gwen.
In the fight, excuse me, but what kind of League of Legends are we watching? Good Lord.
Madness! madness is what we're watching. Kyoshi gets the dragon this time. DRX secure the objective.
Now DRX is catching back up again.
Kingen
Gets a
in the
secure.
rush, immediately deletes Carrier. Hello.
Yeah, just walks onto the trap. He gets blown up instantly. DRX, even though the flash came in, and then Guma has
A rare misstep from Carrier in this series.
Lands onto Gumayushi, but I feel like DRX really overcommit onto the Varus and walk into the waiting arms of Zeus and Owner. They managed to get the AD carry down. They invest so much, however, that Owner gets the resets.
Look at that. Owner blasting them, picking up the Aatrox body from the fed Kingen as well, and zapping down the last kill. Gold pretty close still to the edge of Dragon here, leading up to Soul Point now, and Carrier knows.
Carrier knows he got caught, but thankfully the game floats, Carrier. You got this, buddy. You playing out of your mind.
Same story as the entire series. Gold lead over to T1, Dragon lead over to DRX. They're on Soul Point. They're happy waiting the game out. Death's getting closer and closer to that Infinity Edge breakpoint. When he gets that item, he's going to do out so much damage, and he's so very close. T1 wants to play. The side laners aren't even pushing sides anymore. It looks like they're grouping up. Zeus is going towards top now, but Kingen is hovering around the bot side jungle.
DRX have mid pushed out. It is a lot of focus here on this mid lane. Both teams
Now, we've got a Baron. No, Baron's up.
on the map. No Drake for 3 minutes. Critically, DRX.
Gwen is coming online.
Fight. Zeus gonna back away as he sees Barrel here. DRX still maintaining a defensive position, seeing if there's anything to find, but Zeus gets away.
Gwen's coming online.
The blast cone. The game.
Very
only
strong
2,000
champion.
apart, 30 minutes in. Now the Infinity Edge, active for Daft, is going to be a big difference maker.
Zeus close to the Rabadons as well. A moment to take a breath. And San Francisco, are you not entertained?
A little bit of extra speed there for Piochik. That devastating charge isn't going to be used for a whole lot just yet. Zeka with the Ludens, with the Shadow Flame.
Lots of dancing happening right now.
T1 still defending the mid lane tier 1 turret. It is 3 turrets to 7. T1 have taken many, many more objectives this game. Zeus will move into the pit. He'll clear out some of the vision. Barrel gets poked down by some of the fire from Gumayushi's arrows.
2 minutes on Dragon. Soul Point, of course, for DRX. Let's not forget. The Baron dance continues around Vision.
The very serious fifth game.
DRX really need this tower if they want to start controlling the map. T1 have been holding on.
And as they dance, again, Guma has no flash. He dodged away from the Bard ultimate this time, but DRX still push in. They get what they came for.
The Azir passive tower is scary. Now, Kingen really wants this 1v1.
Zeus has level advantage here. Kingen doesn't find sweet spot on the Q3, but he's got backup. Zeus is going to be caught. DRX moving in for the T1 top laner, and they got him. 5v1.
They got the T1 top laner.
Teammate advantage. DRX rally around their top laner. Now with that extra kill, they can easily push down top side and slip into this barren river.
40 seconds on Zeus and he has TP. DRX still have a couple of ultimates to work with. They've had so much heartbreak around this Baron. Are they willing to start it up again? Owner's alive. T1 have the mid push. They're going all for it. All the cards are on the table.
I don't like this by DRX. This is not a good idea. This isn't it. This isn't the time.
DRX, they don't even have their jungler in the pit. They are not going to commit to the Baron. They are looking for some sort of a play. Barrel is burning, but they're ready. They're turning. Piochik has Faker. Carrier barely
I cannot believe.
trying to run away, but Zeka and Piochik are still chasing him down.
I cannot believe it.
And Death pulled the trigger.
They get the flank off. Carrier fights it, and T1 try to attack it, but it still works. Piochik finds Faker.
And Faker doesn't have TP. DRX don't even go towards the Baron. Dragon Soul's up in 35 seconds. They know they have a few seconds of a time window to force down the Dragon. What's the call here from DRX? They're avoiding the Baron. We're going to look at this fight again.
Faker missed the kill by 1 health, dude.
Carrier here, look at this. He finds the flank, and T1 all come to try and attack it. Barrel so low, heals himself, but that just leaves the opening. Piochik and Zeka.
I mean, it's tragic.
Sweep. He hits Faker with it, dies before the body hits the ground.
We need to go back to live. The ult comes out onto Carrier. Looks like DRX have based. They're on this Dragon, but T1 are going to threaten a Baron rush, so DRX will get the soul. Piochik's here.
Barrel will try to keep everybody away, try to interfere as much as he can. Piochik and Zeka.
All right, well.
Working on the Drake. 5,000 HP left.
Aatrox getting caught up. What's happening here? What's happening here?
Still going to live, but only for a moment. Kingen down. Soul for DRX, but it'll be Baron for T1.
They're going to force on it and try and make DRX come to them. 5v4.
Very tense Baron fight.
Owner has smite. Pioshik does not.
No Kingen. No Kingen. This has to be a no-go for DRX.
Faker's thinking about fucking with it.
You're absolutely right, Flowers. Deft was really low HP as well.
We're going to an Elder.
To escape. T1 managed to get the Baron in trade for the Soul. DRX were trying to stall them, so they just ran headfirst into them to force the fight. Pushed back Deft, killed Kingen. And now what can T1 get done with this Baron? The Soul will last forever. The Baron's only going to be up for a couple minutes.
Very dangerous
Jesus.
on the side lane as well. Now that death cap has come in for Zeus. Total damage done at the top of the charts. Both top laners. Let's take
Top
a look
laner's
at the
carrying.
side, though. 1-3-1 initially. Zeus
Doesn't see them. They've gone back to base.
gets the outline.
Zeka gets the rabbit on, so this is here getting closer and closer to full build.
This is the game 5 we were promised. This is the perfect ending to this series. Both teams are just battling here in game number 5. Deft with the Caitlyn working on that 4th item. It's not been a fantastic game for him, falling behind early on. But now that he's fed, now that it's late game, things are going to be a little scary. Faker at half HP, Ace in the hole, doing a good job chunking him out. And DRX dropped the sun.
I feel like this is DRX's game.
There's nothing to play for
Still.
on the top side. Baron still under the possession of T1.
I mean, I don't know. Gwen's a scary fucking champ, though.
Mid and top lane to try and nullify and reduce the amount that T1 can get with this Baron. They're just trying to delay, because then they come out ahead with the power of this Mountain Soul.
Oh, nice.
Baron buff wasting away.
Yeah, and Deft's getting
T1
closer
has
and
to
closer
want
that
to siege up.
bloodthirster.
They have to siege up.
Become so powerful. T1 don't actually have a reliable auto attack champion other than the Viego and the Gwen. Their AD carry is a poke champion, whereas Deft will get closer to 6 items. Azir as well. Such powerful late game scalers that will melt through T1. So they want to push their advantage while they have this Baron buff. Only 1 minute left on it.
And remember, the only real catch or engage on T1 is the ulti from Gumayushi. He was the hero with the arrow back at the Baron, but now T1 are trying to use what's left of this 45 seconds of Baron buff.
Look at these wards behind T1. They need to be really careful if they overstep. Kingen can TP behind them.
Waiting for
Pioshik. He's got caught.
Gumayushi gets the kill, and T1 are 5v4.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
Corruption, and Pioshik falls. 40 more seconds on his death timer now, and look at this. The
King and
play
sneaky
from
man.
Can he pull it back?
Baron buff falling off in 15 seconds. Bot lane inhibitors open. Zeus might be caught here. Kingen.
Zeus does not have an ulti. They used it for the pick. Now he's going to try to run from Kingen, who keeps the chase going. Q2 finds him. Q2
Nice.
is not going to get nothing more than a chip.
Nice, T1. Nice. Split. Nice split.
Backing away. T1 looking for the inhib. You would think they should be able to find this one, no problem. There it is.
All right, they get the inhib. They get ready for Elder now.
Inhib for the second time this game.
I can't imagine how much pressure all of these players are under in this game 5. T1 managed to crack that inhibitor like you highlighted, Flowers. But they still have the Mountain Soul. The
Crack the inhib. Now, Zeus is going to work top. I'm rooting for T1, guys. I don't care.
So they're going to need to juggle both the objectives to make sure.
But
most importantly,
this is a wild fucking series. I can't believe this shit.
So much riding on this next team fight.
Can't believe this fucking game, guys.
As you can. Guardian Angel over here. Zonya has been there for Faker.
Yeah.
He disengages. This fight means
Oh, Fakers are going to work top. Okay.
What a series. This one's delivering, man. Everything I hope for. Everything I hope for is what we're getting, and now we're seeing so many champions get so powerful. Just like it's been this whole series, it's gonna come down to execution.
Yep.
It's gonna
All right,
come down who
guys.
can really stand tall in these biggest of moments.
This is it.
It's gonna be a very fitting ending.
This is it. This is likely it. This is likely the end of Worlds 2022.
T1
I just want to say
and the struggles from MSI.
I've given the edge
The surprise to the world.
right now to T1 only because running into Gwen in a pit is not great. It's not a great vibe.
DRX don't have to deal with a Baron anymore, but they still have to deal with walking into the fog that is their own bottom side jungle. T1 will clear out any wards they come across. They still have a small gold lead, but at 39.
The disgusting ward in Banana Bush.
Bloodthirster for depth. A little bit of extra survivability, sustainability here in the fights.
We've mentioned multiple times how little CC T1 have to work with. They gain so much from being at the objective first, forcing DRX to go through these small pathways, let them hit the skill shots. Guma on the front line.
Guma's on the front line. Ace in the hole is only going to hit the shield.
The last time T1 went to a Game 5 in a World Championship was against
Very tense, very tense. They're standing on a ward, but they don't realize it.
A year later in the finals, same
Oh.
story.
Barrel goes for the ulti, but Faker has fast enough feet to barely dodge forward out of it.
Guma no flash, Guma no ultimate. Owner blows up the blast cone though. Kingin finding his way.
Gwen knows she's in control of mid.
A pest in the T1
She knows
side.
she's in control of mid.
Though.
Yeah, they're going to mid here. T1, DRX are pinging this top wave. There's a threat imminent. Kingan's on the flank.
Kingan's looking for it. He has been the X factor.
Huge find. Huge find. Barrel almost gets one tapped again, living with no health every fucking time. Barrel's crazy.
Redemption's coming down. It's going to heal him up.
I have no idea how he lives with that.
Kingan was not able to respond there with the flank. He'll steal the enemy red buff for the upcoming fight.
Barrel's very low.
T1
Barrel
chugging
does
up
not
that
have
board.
ult.
Decide to go for the Elder. Kingan's still ready. TP coming back in for DRX.
This could be it.
Seiyus and Owner here in the pit. Seiyus goes over the wall, but Kingan's ready to find him. Q1, Q2 finds his place back.
The dragon has now reset.
Drake gonna slightly reset.
Drake dance.
Kingan ult is off. Barrel has the ultimate back up. No carries on the flashes.
Look at the trap line. Look at the Caitlyn. He's trying to stun him away. Owner goes in. Owner. He's down.
They get it. They get it. They get it. Victor's going for the end.
T1's going for the base. They're going for the Nexus. Can they do it in time? Kingan comes back. Elder Drake at the ready. But what can he do? Q3. No damage just yet. Elder Drake.
GG DRX.
Down. DRX. Hold on.
Kingan, he gets back, he does it.
Whoa, Guma's trying to make a pick.
But they still have the Elder Dragon buff on DRX. They're gonna run straight back into the hearts of T1.
Can they end? This is it. T1 are so vulnerable and wounded. DRX have the Elder Dragon. 4 members now. It's on Guma Yoshi to hold the line. DRX are coming for their World Championship title.
The Cinderella story.
Here we go. That's it. GG DRX. Can't believe it. What an amazing series. Heartbreaking. 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 GG. Guys, let me know if you want me to cover more esports stuff. Gotta say, that last fight, just madness. Just madness. What a series. Barrel deserved it. Barrel carried that whole fucking series, in my opinion. Also, Kingan. Barrel just never getting caught. GG's, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I gotta go hang out with Mary now. She's been patient. Goodbye, everybody. Peace.